fake news.
Good morning, everybody. Welcome to episode, I'm not really sure, 44 of Coffee Casuals. Coffee Casuals and Consoles. Let me know if you guys can hear me loud and clear. That'd be super.
I can hear you.
Can you guys hear the Xbot and everybody else? Say good morning.
Good morning.
Good morning. Damn it, Xbot's a fraud.
Good morning, everyone.
Xbot is a fraud, you guys.
Good afternoon. I mean, good morning.
Good morning.
Babe, we have someone on the same time zone right now. It's amazing.
And if I don't see you later, good evening and good night.
It's
Truman
coffee
Show
all
reference.
around the world.
I did it.
Coffee all around the world. All right, I just want to make sure you guys could hear everybody because I got a lot of stuff going on this computer and I totally forgot to change the title. So, yeah, I'm already. Well, that's because people were in the chat and I had like Luca in the chat and everybody was distracting me. And Luca was like, forgive me for saying those evil things about PubG. And I was like, but I love you. Why would you say that? That's how it happened.
Guys, none of that stuff happened, actually. None of it.
No, it did.
I was here. None of it happened. I don't know what's going on right now.
Yeah,
Was it
totally
fake
happened.
news?
It totally happened. Whatevs. All right, guys. So let's
False and fake.
If you don't stop cutting me off, I swear you're gonna get cut. All right.
Probably China.
Damn you, Trump! Shut
I
up.
can't do this right now. What's up, Haysack? What's up, Space Cat? Noble Addiction, Jago, Kukin, Siberia, Joseph Falata. I don't know if I said that right, but we'll pretend I did.
It's actually Faletta. Sorry, it's one of my best friends.
I was close. What's up, best friend? Crispy Bomb, good morning. Graphic God, good morning. Everybody, good morning. Luca was here, and then she disappeared. Good morning, Tony Almeida.
She probably went to go play PubG, and she's just not saying anything.
I highly doubt it.
All right, guys. So we're going to say our good mornings to the panel, and we have a guest today, a special guest, a good friend of ours, the Welsh Gamer. Would you like to say good morning, Welsh?
Good morning, guys. Well, it's morning for you. It's 3:30 in the afternoon for me, so I don't know. I'm kind of at a loss here. Do I say good morning or good afternoon?
You can say both. Here's a good morning noon.
Good afternoon morning.
Good
I usually
morning.
start with good morning and then say good afternoon.
Good morning.
Good afternoon
evening,
/ morning.
night.
Dude, you just got to go Truman Show and cover all the bases. Good morning, good afternoon, and if I don't see you, good evening and good night.
That's what I just said, except for I didn't say all that.
You didn't say all that.
So welcome to the show. We're excited to have you. Excited to hear your opinions and stuff and things. Guys, his info is in the description, so please go sub his channel if you guys could be so kind and you haven't already. And his Twitter is there as well. Go give him a follow. And then we have the Xbot 448. Would you like to say good afternoon?
What's going on, people? It's the Xbot 448, and I am here with my buddy, and there's something that he doesn't like, and it's right here.
Hacking's bad. Much hacking going on. The hacking. We're hacked by everybody.
I just want to let you guys know we are hacked by everybody, but it is good to be here on a Wednesday morning. I am excited for the topics, man. There's a couple of things I really want to dive deep in when it comes to these topics, and the chat is already on fire. What's up?
I really hate when Donald Trump comes to the show. I should just start tagging him Donald Trump Live.
well he is looking for another job right now. There's something about a book on fire with fury or something like he's got him really nervous, but I was able to get him out of bed. He put the cheeseburger down, and he is hanging out with me this morning.
Oh, man. Moving on to Mr. Boomstick XL. Would you like to say good night?
Well, good night, everyone. The show is over. Go home.
Great show, everybody.
Great show. Thanks for coming out. Bye.
Oh, man. You guys are great. And then we have
Fake news.
Creating Beyond
what
Limits. Would you like to say good morning, afternoon, evening?
Yeah, good morning, afternoon, evening, good night, depending if you're going to be watching this before you go to sleep. I don't know. You're in for an awesome show. Like Xbox said, we have some awesome topics, and I really want to hear everyone's thoughts on Thieves and everything else we're going to be talking about in today's show.
Yo, CBL, Trump said something. Hold on. Let's see if you can say it again.
You are fake news.
You know what? You're fake news. hate that
Awesome.
guy.
We're gonna change
Fake
Xbox
news.
name to TrumpBot448.
I like
He's
that.
not
Well,
like
if you remember, Noble did like the little icon that had Trump like angrily pointing, and it said Xbox 448 underneath it. I don't know if you guys remember, but he gave me a Trump bot. He did a Trump bot little icon for me. Maybe I should start rocking it.
Well, I thought you wanted to be the
Xbot.
vape bot.
I was just going to say, Xbot, like, I didn't know, you were vape bot the other night, and now you're a Trump bot. Like, what, are you every bot?
I am every bot. I am multifaceted, multi-talented, and it's just how it is. I can't help it that, you know, all this like talent just comes oozing out of crevices and stuff.
But can you
it's just
say
what happens.
Comes oozing out like vape smoke.
Vape smoke. There we go. And at that note,
Oh my gosh.
I know, I'm going to do the same.
Xbot, can you say sophisticated?
yes, I can, and I would appreciate it if you shut the fuck up. All right.
Oh shit!
And then we have Supersonic Station, who is the silent one today. Would you like to say good morning, Supersonic Station?
No, I just want to say Happy Trump Day, everybody.
Happy New Year. Fuck, I don't know.
Apparently, it's Mr. Trump's birthday today, so happy birthday!
No, it's not.
Oh,
Tremendous things. The
See,
biggest story, the greatest jobs producer that God ever created.
There we go.
He said so himself. Confirmed. Happy Trump Day, everybody.
Oh God, no! I'm not saying.
And no beef, guys. It's all about knocking walls down today.
Hey, Seth in the chat said Yoshita.
Who's Yoshida? I don't know who that is.
So T Reaper says what? It's the moron's birthday.
No, my birthday is the 15th. Reaper, remember that. My birthday is the 15th. Okay.
Jago's talking about Sony dildo sticks in the chat. I saw that.
Wow. Here we go. Starting with the dildo sticks. All right, guys.
Off the rails already.
Couple of quick announcements. I know, right, Boomstick? You couldn't even get 5-10 minutes into the show before it got off the rails. Real quick, I know you guys can see the new layout that we started last week, and it looks really great. I love it. So up at the top right-hand corner, we do have the Welsh Gamer because he is a guest, so that's why his picture's in a coffee cup. Well, it's covering a coffee cup. And then we also have in the left and the center is a picture of G-Man. He is actually a sponsor of the show. So that's why I put G-Man's photo up there. So
G-Man, yeah!
Yeah, he was our first sponsor. It's super exciting. And when we get one more sponsor, then we can do little emojis. We can make custom emojis. So it's going to be really cool. And then your picture will be put into a coffee mug up on the top of the screen. And eventually we're going to need more screen. So it's really cool. And then what, Xbot? Go ahead.
I'm sorry. I was just going to say, because I saw Vogel in the chat, and he said with Xbot, it always goes off the rails. And I was just wondering if he's talking about this show or if he's talking about playing PubG, because he got in and, you know, he played PubG with us, and I'm not sure if he's, like, doubting my PubG skills.
He is. Don't worry. He is.
Oh, okay.
What's up, Vogels Craig? We've had so much fun playing with people, but we'll talk about that a little bit later. And then I do want to do my Patreon shout-outs to all you really amazing people who do support. Your name is floating around at the bottom. We have Patreon supporters you know, I lost my train of thought, but we're going to go with it. We have Tony Al Media 1, my mommy. My mommy is a Patreon supporter. Mommy! Z Black
Mommy, I go and let me knickers.
Z Black Rider, Jazzy Noob, Spoon Man, Dirty J, Alan Roberts, Breezy Baby. I don't know why I have to say it that way.
Breezy Baby.
OBX, Blackbeard, Luke Taylor, and Stinkin' Corp. So thank you guys for being Patreon supporters. You guys are awesome. And that actually helps me a lot because I got to get the podcast back on iTunes. So with your guys' help, I'm able to do that. So I'm going to be fixing that either today or tomorrow and getting the past few episodes back up and running on iTunes. So thank you guys. Yeah. Anyways, do you guys got any announcements, fun stuff you want to talk about?
Me personally, I just want to give a shout out to a couple people. One of them being Vogel, the other one being Spoon. I already started. The other one being Spoon Man. Of course, our boy Monkey Punch, Blades, everybody that has gone in, Welsh Gamer as well, who's actually on the show today, for going in and playing PUBG with us. I got to say, you guys, you make this game like one of my most fun experiences on Xbox. Like I'll sit there and I'll look at Destiny, and you guys know I really like playing Destiny too.
No.
And I'll look at that game. But check this out. When I look at the game and I'm about to go in, I think about all the experiences I have on PubG with all you guys in the chat. OhSnaps as the premier Uber driver, and I end up going and playing PubG instead. And it's because of you guys. You guys have made it an absolute blast. So thank you guys for jumping in the parties and playing PubG with us. I really appreciate it. It's been so much fun.
Now, is that an admission of some sorts that Bungie should maybe take some pointers from, I don't know, a fun game?
You see, you're looking too far into it, man. Don't do this.
I was looking. I was curious. The flashlight was out. I was looking under, saying, you know,
who's
maybe.
got the flashlight, the magnifying glass? He's like, so what you're trying to say here? No. But I've had a blast.
Destiny 2 is dead.
Don't start this Destiny talk nonsense again.
Did you get any chicken dinners yesterday?
What happened?
Mel is the Uber driver. I'm the Uber driver trainee.
Yes,
Yeah,
you are.
he's Welsh is a trainee, dude.
Not that anyone wants to get in my car. I think I'm scared of
nobody does. Nobody does. If you notice, the last time you got into the driver's seat, everybody ran away from the vehicle instead of towards it. They're like, you know what? We will take our chances in an open plane, right, with no trees, then hop into that vehicle. I saw it, man.
With no gun, anything's safer.
no gun.
Just a pair of pants and a frying pan will do. Fuck you, Welsh Gamer.
I
Go away.
I think everybody should drop with a slingshot. I do. I think that would be really cool.
It would be
that'd
epic,
be cool.
But I would be dead instantly, so fuck that. It's not gonna happen. Anyways, is there any announcements that you guys have?
Yeah, I would just like to say that over the last few days, I did upload lots of videos. I did my top 10 movies of last year, and I was really happy with how the video came out. And today, I'm going to be uploading my best games of all the best games I played last year. That will be going up after the show, if anyone's interested.
Very nice, very nice. Go check out. His
I got an announcement.
I don't want to hear you're pregnant.
Supersonic Station is pregnant.
I knew it.
We almost went through a good part of the show without anyone saying that.
How did I know that?
How did you know?
Oh, just you guys are too predictable. Change it up, damn it.
Sonic, you know how I know. You know how I know. All right.
I got to do a T.
Newborn little skull, maybe.
I gotta get my PlayStation and pee on it and see if I'm pregnant or not.
Oh my god!
You have an app for that.
The PlayStation hate has just begun. Thanks. You just started a war,
Yo,
Supersonic.
Yo, T Reaper got so much hate for that video. I thought that video was absolutely hilarious. And the biggest thing that I thought was hilarious,
people are morons. That's why.
He saran wrapped that thing so airtight. Like I can't even do that good with like food to store it in the refrigerator. So you know he didn't want to get anything. He didn't want to get that sucker wet, and everybody's getting so pissed off. And I'm looking at it. I'm like, damn, he's got some saran wrap skills right there.
At least he didn't poop on it. So
I suppose there's always that.
That's the next video.
He's like, you know what? That's a good idea. He's in the chat. So T Reaper, take some pointers. Go poop on a PS4, and I didn't tell you to do that. So, anyways,
no proof, no proof.
I do have an announcement though. Hey, check this out. You know I play Planet Coaster all the time.
Yeah.
No.
I'm making a new ride. I started it this morning. It's called the M&C Mornings Ride. It's awesome so far. So if you want to see what it looks like so far, go check out my YouTube later on.
Dad says poop pro. I was totally listening though. Yeah, he's doing like a whole theme park for a podcaster, so it's pretty cool. So let's move on to our topics because we can talk.
Well,
about
I had an announcement, and I said
sorry.
quietly, and nobody asked for a boomstick.
I said anybody have any announcements?
Well, I was being a gentleman and letting people speak instead of trying to go over anyone like Xbox usually does.
Here. You have to.
That's because you didn't play Call of Duty with her. That's why she's.
Listen, you can forget Call of Duty and PubG. Both those games, just not my thing. But it's okay.
Listen, we're not friends anymore.
When you come and play Destiny 2, then we'll talk. Oh, did I say Destiny 2?
There we go.
Yeah, why did you say Destiny?
I'm just kidding. I got him excited for nothing. No, the only announcement I have is later on this afternoon, I'm going to be dropping another video. And it's basically called the Xbox versus the gaming media 2017 retrospective. I worked really hard on it. It's about 10 minutes. It goes into real detail why we all talk about the biased media and how bad it could have easily hurt the Xbox brand in 2017. So that's going to be out later this afternoon.
Awesome.
Preach, brother. I'm going to watch that and share that, definitely. 100%.
Oh, thank you, dude. Appreciate it.
I'm going to check it out, but I'm still not your friend anymore. You promised me you would play Call of Duty.
I did, but whenever you play, you're like playing at 10 o'clock at night. At that point, I'm an old man. I'm getting ready to go to sleep.
I'm an old man too. But
I know you're certainly not.
Xbot, we need to talk.
Is there something I don't know?
Xbot, we need to talk.
I'm here now.
Anybody else?
I go really high. I suppose I could just say that the Dragon X podcast will be coming back soon. Hoping to get Xbot 448 on, K-Mega, a few other people. Mel, obviously. Thanks for having me on this show. I'll definitely hit you up.
Awesome.
And also, I was in chats with Xbot and OhSnap for a little bit of advice, and at some point in the next month or so, I should be starting a new little series on my channel called One-on-One with a Gamer, and where I'll be interviewing individual gamers, not just YouTubers, but people in the community as well. So just thought I'd throw that out there.
Yeah, and
nice.
Hit him up if you want to be a guest on the show, because obviously he's gonna have to line people up, so it's gonna be really great. And I look forward to checking that out. I look forward to being a guest on there. Being one of those gamers.
Oh, absolutely. Don't you worry about that. But you've got to have a coffee and a vape, otherwise it's no deal.
Reaper's already jumping out of his seat. He's like, me, Welsh.
He got his hand raised. He's in the back of the crowd. Me. You know what? I think it's a really great idea, and I think it'll help because there's so many levels of gamers. You have your gamer and what everybody sees, and then you also have like the other side of a person who's just a person who's we have emotions. Believe it or not,
we do. we do.
Maybe not you, Xbox.
Hold on. On my PS4, I threw 2 babies off of a building. Okay.
Oh God.
All right, two babies, and I'm proud of that. All right.
Babies.
Xbot Jackson over here.
It's okay. They were little Trump babies and burglars.
Oh, that's all right then. This instant.
They were trying to punch me in my nuggets, man. I can't have that. I can't have that.
Yeah. So yeah, we're gonna move on. I do have one more announcement. I got a new vape tank, you guys, and it is so smooth. That being said, let's dive into our topics, you guys. What have we been playing this week? I'm gonna start with creating Beyond Limits, and you better not say Fortnite. You can say anything else.
Well, that's it, everyone. Good
night, everybody.
Thank you. I actually was starting my backlog. I looked at my games and I was all like, okay, I'm not playing Fortnite tonight. The servers are offline anyway. I can't. So I played Titanfall 2, and I heard good things when it came out about the single player, and I was like, fine, I'll give it a chance. And it's actually really good. If anyone hasn't played Titanfall 2, the campaign is awesome. I'm really enjoying it. I think I'm just about to finish it. What was that, Trump? You starting?
Break.
Did you say prick?
To build a wall.
He called you a prick. See, yeah. What are you gonna do about it?
Kick his ass.
You get him. I don't. Man, he takes the mic from me. I don't know.
Trump's about to get banned from CCC.
He's got really small hands, and he like creeps in there and grabs the mic. Like I don't know.
Grabs more than a mic. That's from what I've felt.
That's creepy.
His toupee flicking in the wind.
You guys outbotted the bot. I'm done, yo. I'm done.
Can CBL finish?
Poor CBL.
Yeah. So yeah, Titanfall 2. I'm really enjoying the single player. It's awesome. I highly recommend anyone that if you haven't and you just played the multiplayer, give the single player a chance. It's actually, they put a lot more into it than I thought. Like, I always planned on playing it, and I'm happy I did. And I played... What else did I play? Titanfall 2. Well, that's it. That's all I can remember. Fortnite. And probably some Halo 5 Guardians.
That's really awesome that you're diving into your backlog, because I think that's, you know, a few people do that. Like, I see people here and there, but then, all right, someone like me where I get stuck on a certain game and have a backlog for, like, I have probably a year's worth, and I'll never touch them because I'm so
I have more than a year's.
the newest thing that came out, you know?
Yeah, it's crazy. I don't know why I buy games when I have so many games that I haven't played. It's like, oh, I really want to get that game, even though I have like 200 games over here that I haven't played yet.
Exactly.
No, we have no games, dude. No games. All right, you got to remember that. Xbox has no games, dude.
So basically, he's saying that because of the gift option, please send him games forthwith.
Xbox 448
Gears of War
is just
4 Horde mode was also another thing I played a little bit because it's awesome.
I'm sorry, what was that?
Just Gears of War 4, the
Oh.
Horde mode on it.
That's fun stuff right there. I haven't played Gears in a while, but I need to.
Oh, I didn't hear the D in that. My bad. I was like, what kind of mode are you talking? And now I get it.
The Horde mode. Yeah.
You Gears whore! You Gears whore!
You whore mode.
I think it was free with the last.
You utter whore!
Let's party up and find those whores.
Wow.
Damn, Sonic all of a sudden started talking after that one, man. He's like, let's go.
You have my attention now.
All right.
Gears of whore.
We're gonna move on to Mr. Boomstick. What have you played this week?
Well, I've been playing a lot of PlayStation VR. I'm not sure if how many people actually have it, but I did pick up these Mantis headsets for it that actually attach to the PlayStation VR, and they are amazing. So I wanted to try out a bunch of games. So I tried Farpoint, could not put it down till I beat it. And what's amazing about Farpoint is they just added free DLC that lets you play co-op.
I'm sold.
On VR?
So,
hey, wait,
yeah,
Boom, can
VR
I stop you for,
yep.
can I stop you for 1 second? Boom,
Sure.
I ordered those headphones because you did an awesome review on it.
Oh yes, thanks a lot. I worked real hard on it. I play tested all those games that were that I mentioned in the video. The headset is amazing, but if you don't have PlayStation VR, it's never going to replace traditional gaming. I completely understand that, but it's such a fantastic experience. And plus, it's so cheap now. You should think about getting one. Even the older units are fantastic.
You need to chill out right now. You know tax time is like right around the corner, and you got OhSnaps kind of like foaming at the mouth.
I was already thinking that.
Yes, you sure was since December.
She's already sending me. She's already sending me messages about 4K televisions and everything. I think our taxes are already spent. To be really honest,
I was like, let me see if I got my W-2 yet, and then
I've been looking.
we'll find out soon, and then I'll be getting my PSVR. But that's really cool, and now I can understand why you never want to play PubG with me or Call of Duty. So.
You gotta live stream your first VR thing so we can all hear you say, "What?"
You're gonna watch me throw up. Is what
that would be awesome. You know what? All jokes aside, because Farpoint is a first-person game where you're moving and you're holding the gun. I did experience very little motion sickness, just a little bit. But if you like you, for instance, have like a stuffy nose or like bad sinuses, you will get sick because
I want her to street luge. What are you talking about, man?
But yes, you know what? Like I said, I've been playing all like VR like crazy, and it's been such a great experience. I think everyone should try it.
Awesome.
I would love to try it. I just haven't got the means.
Yeah,
Sorry, Mel. Sorry.
I mean.
Sorry.
That's what it makes it a little difficult when you don't have the means to get those things. But if you do, you gotta catch it on sale too, because I know that Supersonic Station was letting us know when they were on sale and things like that around Black Friday and stuff.
$199. That's cheap as hell. That's like four games. Just don't buy those 4 games and get the hardware. That's all I'm saying.
Sorry,
VR is awesome.
I got caught with a Sea of Thieves thing on my phone here real quick. Welsh Gamer, what have you played this week?
Well, obviously I was on the PubG with you guys the other night. I've been playing a lot of that. It's great fun, that game.
I don't believe you.
Oh, so good. What's that? You don't believe me? Oh, I'll have to send you the link to a particular channel I just recently subscribed to called OhSnapsukaz.
See, this is my friend, you guys. He wasn't even subscribed to me. That's what happened.
I told you I was.
To our old channel.
Control. Damage control. But no, it's and a lot of fun on it. I've been having a lot of fun on PubG. But I tell you a game that I have been absolutely like.
Please don't say Witcher.
No. It was The Witcher a while ago, but my new Witcher for the moment has been Shadow of War. What an amazing game that is!
It's awesome. If you have it, I have to kill. I have
Phenomenal.
To fort. I have to attack it.
I'll happily avenge your deaths because I imagine you've died a lot on that game, DBL.
Oh yeah, because
No?
I suck at everything I play. Even though I kicked your ass in Years of War before, and that's on your channel.
He said, and that's on your channel.
Burn. I regret poking fun. But no, Shadow of War is a huge recommendation from me. I've pretty much 100% of that game to Assassin's Creed Origins, which is beautiful, stunning.
You know what?
But, yeah, PubG.
I wish I had an Xbox One X, then I would be more inclined to play Assassin's Creed Origins because it
looks beautiful.
Better. Yeah.
It looks beautiful on the X. Oh my
You just took the words out of my mouth. Yeah, it is. It's I don't mean to like gloat, but the Xbox One X is like everything it promised and more. I mean, I get, like I said in my video, I did a video doing my top 5 games of this year, and I basically said, and I'm going to say it now, like, it's just reinvented my passion for gaming because every game you put in, especially the enhanced ones, just blow up. It's just like, wow, like another level again. It's phenomenal. And games like Shadow of War and AC Origins are up there with that in that list.
That's really cool. Like the whole reinvented your passion for gaming, like that alone makes it worth it. So that's really cool. And then we're gonna dare we ask Xbot? Because I really don't want to hear about how much Destiny he's played this week, guys.
Dude, I haven't played that much Destiny 2, to be honest with you. But I do have a list of games if you want to hear it. Like, you
Forza Horizon.
Go ahead.
Well, no, actually, Forza Motorsport 7. I went in on that a little bit. Let's see, Destiny 2, of course, but not that much. PubG, I've been playing a lot of PubG with the community and OhSnaps. Like she's separate from the community. It's like the community and OhSnaps.
Is that
that's
driving?
Bad? Yes,
But,
it's a driving boomstick. You know, I got those skills.
I got back in Rock Band as well, so I've been playing Rock Band 4. You know.
Nice.
Really going back and playing that game, getting ready for a possible, I don't know, live show return in the future. But also soccer cars. I love soccer cars, man.
Great game.
And it's so much fun. I just need more people on my friends list that play it because, like, I have no problem getting in with randoms. No problem. Like, it's really quick. There's a lot of people playing. It's a really active online multiplayer. But I look on my friends list and I'll have like 140, 180 people online, and I'm like, nobody's playing soccer cars. So guys, if you're down to play soccer cars with me, just let me know. When you see me online, send me a message or something like that. I am down to play Rocket League. Yeah.
Awesome.
I was just going to say, Xbox, like hit me up whenever. I love that Rumble game mode on that game. It's so good.
That game is pretty cool because we were playing with the kids, and it's pretty epic when you do fly around and you get into it. Because I had a hard time getting into that. Honestly, like I couldn't get into Rocket League for a while, and then all of a sudden I start playing. And I was just like, hell yeah, let's go! I scream at the TV.
It's very difficult.
You know what? I like to play, but not try. If I don't try, then I do a lot better as opposed to me trying to hit the soccer ball into the goal and things like that. Like I notice the harder I think about it, the harder I try, the less
you get goals.
All right, I gotta say, this chat, there is way too much Destiny 2 hate going on right now, guys.
Oh, snap.
There's not enough. Keep it up.
I don't think that's strange, though.
They're trying to trigger me. I already know it. They're trying to trigger me, and it worked. It worked, okay? I think CBL is the ringleader of that one right there. I'm just saying.
It's possible. Boo, Destiny. Sorry.
Oh,
You guys won't be saying that when Gods of Mars comes out.
I was going to buy
You know,
Destiny,
I wish I was in front of like a sound machine because the crickets would have played as soon as he said the Mars DLC was coming out. It was like you could hear a pin drop.
Man, that's rough.
Now, sir,
but it's
you'll
true.
be back. They always come back.
Neil
You'll be
Mendel's
back.
But Destiny 2 suck my balls. No, well, it didn't say suck my balls. It says sucks balls. But I just, in my mind, that's what I read.
I just have to say, thanks everyone for joining in on that. That was hilarious.
Nice.
Right,
Okay, Daz, you need to moderate the podcaster here. I'm just kidding.
moderate the moderator. We're gonna move on to Supersonic Station. What have you played this week?
Well, like I said, I was playing Planet Coaster. I love that game. I hope it comes to Xbox One X someday because I absolutely love that game. And I am making Podcast Park, which is awesome so far. And before the show, I just co-streamed on Mixer with Lady Lex UK Project Spark. And we're soon to be playing some Dreams on there when it comes to PS4, PSVR. And speaking of PSVR, we did an awesome stream on Rec Room. That game is so hilarious. We were playing charades. I was playing with Stinking Corpse, Jago, and some other people, and we just laughed our ass off. It's so fun.
That's pretty cool.
Rec Room's kind of just like a social kind of thing, and you have your little avatars and stuff. But yeah, charades in VR is so fun.
Now, do they have to have VR also?
Yes.
All right, cool.
Yeah, but it works really good. That does have crossplay with the Vive and Oculus Rift too, so everyone gets to play that game together. So Sony does have a few crossplay games out there.
Oh snap! You guys heard it here. Sony does have crossplay. That's pretty cool though, and I really still have my heart set on an Oculus Rift, and I don't know why.
Rift is the way to go, I'm telling you.
I feel like that would be my go-to over a PSVR, but I'm not really sure at this point because I still.
This year's E3, man, they're going to be talking VR for the Xbox. So
I hope so.
I agree with that.
I'm like 98% sure they're going to do that. I'm just saying they wouldn't have touted it in the beginning. They let a year go through to get people used to that hardware, and now that they're going to be going in. So you're going to be hearing about VR and Xbox like this June. So get ready, guys.
I definitely. Well,
that would be my means to play it. Definitely, that'd be my means. Like I was saying to Mel earlier, like VR definitely appeals to me, and it sounds cool, but I just don't have a means to. So if they had VR, a VR compatible with the One X this year, I'd definitely be in.
I think a lot of people would dive into the whole VR aspect if it worked on the X. So I think that would be a game changer.
I think they will. I mean, they didn't say if it's going to come. They said when it's going to come to Xbox. So, yeah, I'm sure like all 5 of these mixed reality headsets will work, and we'll have some cool library.
Do you think they're gonna partner up with someone? I know that originally they partnered up with not the Vive. What was the the Oculus Rift. When the Oculus Rift first came out, they partnered up with them, because they included the controller. Do you think that because it's not really so much if it's going to happen, it's really when, like you said, are they going to team up with them, and is that headset going to be like the designated, so to speak, go-to device for the Xbox One X moving forward?
I don't think so. They already have like 5 third-party headsets.
Okay.
Yeah, you got like HP and all them have made HP, Acer have made headsets. I believe it's going to support Oculus as well. It's just pretty much whichever one you want. They have
leaving an open platform like that would be amazing.
Yeah,
that would be cool.
And what's great is that that's consumer friendly, because if you already own one of these devices, all you have to do is plug it into an Xbox One X, and then you're going, and that would be amazing.
Yeah, and they're doing the whole wireless stuff now already, so that's pretty cool. Hey, I got one more game though. I love VR and everything. Everybody knows I absolutely love VR, but I do have one game that I have been glued to, and it's a old remaster of a remake of a remastered definitive edition, Final Fantasy X. I am so glued to that game. I've been playing that like in 12-hour sessions. I can't stop playing it.
Nice.
It's such a good game.
I never really
And it
got
brings
too
back...
deep into Final Fantasy, so I cannot understand how you feel right now. But it's good that you're playing an older game that's been remastered.
It's a good RPG, and it's really emotional. I actually almost cried at one part.
Wow.
Well, games are just like movies, right? Or like your favorite novel. So, you know, I don't think it'd be strange, to be honest.
No,
The Walking Dead. That game is sad.
I know.
Yeah, Final Fantasy VII, there was a part of that where I almost cried too.
I cried
Beyond
watching
Limits.
Face
I'm
Off.
telling you, man. Face Off on film.
Several times. I was like, no.
What's a VGA? Skull Stomper said I'm a VGA. What's that?
You're a vag.
I'm a bad.
Yeah, he just spelled it wrong. But that's what he's trying to say.
He meant to say Summer's
I
Eve.
completely agree with you, though. Boomstick, like with Beyond Limits, with The Walking Dead season 1 by Telltale.
Oh, dude. Crazy.
When he had to kill, oh mate! If anyone was listening into the room that I was when I was playing that game, you'd think there was an infant baby girl in a cot. Like,
so you lost a loved one. It's like it's so sad. No spoilers, but everyone has to play that if you haven't.
Yeah, you know what? You know that you look back at that title. I mean, listen, Telltale makes great games, but that one just really. I mean, like every episode really just it grabbed you, and at the end,
oh yeah,
about it, dude. It's just because you're so invested in the character, and that's how you know the storytelling is fantastic, regardless of the graphics, regardless of you know it having its hiccups. The story is what grabbed you, and it's still to this day probably one of the most powerful video game stories that is available.
I think about it, it fucking makes me sad. I see a clip and it makes me cry.
I completely agree with you, Boomstick. It is. I'd say it's definitely one of the most captivating and compelling stories I've ever experienced, and that goes across all medias, from like you said, novels, films, gaming. Like it's one of the best examples I can think of. So good.
Can I just say something? Boom said Telltale made great games. I just want to correct and say made great games.
Yeah, that's true. Past tense. That is correct because they really kind of. I think they bit off more than they could chew with all of these licenses, and I think that kind of games now. Yeah, I think that's what you know. If we get one a year and it's a specific title, you know that if they have the time to develop it and really work on that story, they have the potential to be a great storyteller. Because obviously, you know, Walking Dead season 1 was fantastic, but yeah, since then, I think that they overextended themselves in a way where it kind of hurt the brand.
Well, at the end of last year, they said they were moving things around with the company, and that's what they plan on doing, is making less games and focusing on them more, and not going crazy like they have the last 2 years.
Tales of Borderlands was good. Speaking of Borderlands, I think Xbox should lock down Borderlands 3. Definitely.
Speaking of Borderlands,
that would be a big one. That's for sure. If they could manage it, even if it's a time exclusive.
Oh my goodness!
It's my turn to tell you guys what I played this week.
PubG.
I didn't play that trash. What's wrong with you? I don't even know what is PubG.
For somebody who doesn't play games with you, OhSnaps, at all ever, he knows you though. I'm just saying.
Just yeah.
He never plays with.
I'm watching from the tree limbs.
He's actually right outside the window right now. You know where that bush is right there? Like
yeah.
He's got his ghillie suit on.
Creep. Listen, last night I couldn't sleep because I was like thinking about what games I played this week, and I was like, I have only played PUBG. But then I remembered I didn't only play PUBG. I played some Friday the 13th. Trash.
Ew.
Well, actually, it was fun at first, guys, honestly. And then I went in and I played, and my son was in the round. But other than that, it was all randoms. And I was like, this would be funner if I had friends here. And then I played a little bit of GTA. I feel like playing for like 20 minutes to half hour is really not playing it. But I tried. And yeah, other than that, just PUBG. We had a pretty epic win last night with Spoonman. Who was it? Me, Spoonman, Xbot, and Debizzle. That's our homeboy, who is really cool. But yeah, we were. Well, Xbot died. He was really close to winning. He was really close.
But see, I was intricate to that win, because if I didn't do what I did and died doing it, you guys would not have won. I'm just saying.
Yeah, you're probably right, but I drove around, and I did put a little video clip of this up, you guys. I drove around honking the horn like a freaking maniac, and I was distracting people while they were running to the center. And, you know, it's hard for you to hear where people are coming from if you have a horn blaring in your ears, right? So that's what I was doing. And Spoonman, me, and Bizzle made it to the end. Xbot made it almost to the end, but he was also helping being the eyes. So he was telling me where to go. I wish you guys could have heard me screaming at the TV. Like somebody, I had to I had to kill him, and I was screaming while I was killing him. And I was like, I don't remember what I said. But...
Yep. Oh, I do. When her car like set on fire, she jumped out, and she had the LMG, right? She pointed at him. All you hear is gunshots, like da 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 da, and she's like, "Fuck you, fuck you, fuck you, fuck you!" Like, and she's just going in on, like, his body was already dead, and she still laid like half a clip into him just in case.
But I was literally like shaking by the end of this game. I'm like, I get so freaking anxious. It's not even funny. Like my life really depended on it or something.
Oh yeah, you take the losses at heart. You remember when they left you behind? You were I've never seen you more hotter than that. I mean, you really, like, it happened 12 hours ago, and you were talking about like they literally just did this to you.
Like,
so,
I was so hurt by that, but you know what? I finally think I let that go. But yeah, we had a pretty epic chicken dinner last night, and I had to share it with Aaron Greenberg because I told him if he plays with us, he'll get a chicken dinner because he hasn't had a chicken dinner yet. So he quote tweeted it. He said respect, because I was like, you should have just played with us and you could have had that chicken dinner, Aaron. So, you know, let's go. But yeah, it's pretty cool. Like, just the feeling that you get when you're playing the game, the feeling of accomplishment. Like, I know it sounds so stupid.
No, absolutely not, dude. That's a big deal. First of all, it's the hottest game anyone is playing, right? So of course, if you are fortunate enough to be like, yeah, I got a chicken dinner, everyone's taking screenshots. I do have a question for you guys though, because you guys, of course, you guys play it like crazy. Would it benefit a 50 versus 50 mode sometime down the line to kind of just add a different mode?
You know what?
Yeah.
You just segued into one of our topics.
Nice.
Good job.
You know I'm ready to talk PubG anytime, anywhere. I think 50 versus 50 would be pretty
That would be awesome.
But I feel like...
But then they're just copying Fortnite. You can't have rip-offs like that.
Yeah, you know.
How dare they copy Fortnite? I mean, really.
They might sue them, you know? Reverse sue.
Yo, Epic will sue them too.
Epic has big lawyers. They have big deep pockets. So
you know, Boomstick, since you were the Segway or Segway E, I'm not really sure how we're gonna put it, but we'll just say the Segway E. Or Segway. God damn it! I had too much coffee, you guys, and we're talking PubG, so
with an accent. So
I'm overly excited right now. So what kind of changes would you like to see in PubG?
Well, like I said, I really haven't played a lot of games. I've come in, the closest I've gotten was I think 31, which really wasn't bad to go in solo. But I think maybe a night mode, you know, maybe a mode that's strictly at night, that, you know, kind of adds like the cover of darkness. That would be pretty cool. And I really think, and you know, again, I've always been a big team battle for Halo kind of a guy, and I of course love Warzone. So seeing a big group of people on one side and a big group of people on the other, that would be epic.
That really would, like, just to have, like, you know, it'd be like, you know, 2v2, 50 versus 50, but it'd be like the Reds and the Blues, and they all got to clash, and like how like the last man standing, that would be some like really intense stuff after you just battled 50 people. Well, not, you know, specifically alone. And then like a
Can you
night
imagine
mode.
50 people holding down a city?
That'd be crazy, right?
That'd be class.
That'd be insane, dude.
And
I mean, think about this. Think about this, Mel, for a second. Could you just imagine it's you and 4 people? Like you jump into this match. It's you and 4 people, and it's just you 4 left. And then over the horizon, you see 3 jeeps packed with people, and you somehow kill them all, and you get the epic chicken dinner. I mean, but think about it. I mean, it would be terrifying, a 12 versus 4. But what if you were those 4 people that killed all 12 of them?
Yeah.
That would be a story. You know what I'm saying? And that's what they could bring to this game. It's already, and here's the thing: we have yet to hear the announcement that they're going to do this week. And I'm thinking they're going to announce 10 million copies sold on the Xbox One. That's what I think it's going to be, because, you know, Microsoft isn't big into numbers, but this game is a phenomenon, and I can see it 10 million already.
Yeah, it's
that'd be crazy.
It's like the top paid game right now on Xbox as well.
Yes.
And, guys, this is a game preview game.
And it came out on the 12th of December. Remember that.
Yeah, it did. That's, you know, almost a month ago, not even. So that's pretty freaking amazing. I have to say, though, you know, the fact that it is in preview, it does kind of crash a little more often than you want. And unfortunately, you know, I finally got into a party chat and a game with Luca, and she did not.
That was the worst night since the launch. That was the worst night since the launch.
And I'm just like, no, now she's gonna hate it. And then on RDX podcast last night,
she said she hated it.
She said she hated it, and she broke my heart. So Luca, I know that I said I forgive you, but I'm still a little bit hurt inside. I'm taping up the wounds with duct tape as we speak. I still love you, but you're gonna give it a second chance, and you're gonna love it.
Oh, you know, and
taping up the wounds with a Red Bull.
What happened?
I was gonna say, just as a quick shout out to Luca, she did just start her own YouTube channel, so you know, go out there and give her a sub.
Absolutely, she's pretty awesome, and at some point in time, me and Luca are gonna do a collaboration, so I'm looking forward to that.
Sounds dope.
Yeah, that's
rocks.
The future. But yeah, I'm trying to stay on topic here. Xbox.
New things for PubG. Yeah. Oh, you're coming to me. Yes.
What kind of changes would you like to see in PubG, or what would you like to see added to PubG?
Well, first of all, I gotta say, I'm not usually down for a game like this. Like, I've been telling people, you know, basically, you guys know me. Anybody who will give me an ear, I will talk their ear off. And I've been telling people, I love to know stories behind things. And when it comes to video games, I'd love to know why I'm doing that. But with that being said, I can't stop playing this game. I don't know why we're doing it. Like, I feel like we're just 100 people starving on an island, and we have to like kill everybody just for a chicken dinner.
We don't have a game. That's why we're just starving for it.
but here's the deal. When it comes to what I would like to see in advancement, now they're working on a snow map, right? They already have a desert map. And I know OhSnaps said this, and she kind of sparked this in me. But a night map would be awesome. Now I know Bluehole with talking about a night map. They're trying to figure out how to do it, because a lot of people would just kind of like raise the contrast on their TV or whatever, make it a lot lighter and be able to see through the night. But when it comes to night maps, I'm gonna leave that whole fire thing that you were talking about, OhSnaps, to you, and I want like night vision and thermal goggles.
Oh, that'd be great. Yeah,
I think that would be sick. Can you imagine just seeing that little yellowish red dot kind of like up on that hill, having to judge your bullet drop and like how far away they are and stuff?
Well, you know what's better than that is the stress of trying to find one. Like, you're running, forget the fact that you got to find guns and clothes, but now you got to find, you know,
make it easy to get that advantage, man. Yeah, you definitely would want to try it. And thermal above you know, the night vision. You know what I'm saying? I would rather find thermal.
We're part of the naked crew. We don't need to find any clothes. Shit. That's what we were doing yesterday. We're like, let's all go in naked. Take a screenshot.
I saw a picture of that. Yeah, I saw that on Twitter. That was funny.
Naked crew.
Yes.
I would say another thing. When we first drop, I said this quite a few times. You know, I would like for all 100 people to have slingshots, and because like the punching is really wonky. But if you have slingshots, I think it brings another kind of like element to like when you first drop, because I've been dropping my team in some really hot areas lately, and that's like, you know, I feel if we had slingshots, like most of my team would be like, you know what, we'll take them out anyway, and then we'll grab our guns and stuff like that. I feel like slingshots would be sick. But other than that, yo, just I hear that they're working on a new game mode where it's kind of like a zombie game mode and stuff. Guys, just keep supporting the game, keep coming up with new things, and you know,
Go visit their forum. Put in your opinions and thoughts.
Slingshots for everybody. Yeah.
Definitely zombies. Go ahead.
But I mean, that's what I think. And at the end of the day, it's pretty much a game mode. And you can add in or take away whatever you really want. That 50 versus 50 though, that would be sick. I could see a team of 50 people like trying to hold down an entire city, like really fortifying it and having vehicles and stuff. Like that would be insane, yo.
Absolutely. I would love to see so many things in this game. There's so much potential for this to be like a top game for a very long time if they do it right. Welsh, since you're loving this PubG, what would you like to see added to it or changes?
First, I just wanted to say, like you touched on it, saying that it's in preview. I think a lot of people forget that with it being in preview, that it's going to come with its issues. So there's a few things that are wrong with it that they could fix, like Xbot pointed out, rubber banding. I'd love for that to be fixed ASAP. In terms of what I'd like to see added, I was thinking the other day that it'd be cool if they had a game mode where there's 200 people and 20 teams of 10. But also, I was thinking
that would kill our Xboxes. It'd be like
it would probably melt a few. But if they could pull something like that off, that would be so cool.
That would be.
But another thing which I think is far more doable is I'd like to see like a Guardians mode. Like if any of you have played Gears of War, there's a game mode on there called Guardian. It's 2 teams, and you have one member of your team that, as long as you keep that person alive, the rest of the team can respawn. It'd be quite cool if they had a game mode which is exactly the same, like 100 players. But one member of your squad.
Yeah, we went Silent Hill, Welsh. Like he heard the siren. He's like, "What's going on?"
What, did I go dead? Could you not hear what I said?
No, we heard you. The Guardians mode. That would be sick, man.
A wicked twist, and I'd love. Imagine if you're in a squad of 4, me as the driver, obviously, and you know.
First of all,
sorry, Mel. Sorry, Mel. I didn't realize you were here.
Oh, okay. Carry on.
That's fair. That's fair. But no, I just think that'd be quite cool. It'd add another element of like say Mel was our team's VIP, and we had to keep her safe, but at the same time, fight against other teams. And the aim of the game was to not just kill 1 or 2 people, but to kill their guardian, so to speak, and then Guardian, the people that are left have only 1 life left. I just think that'd be cool.
So you want to kill everybody and then kill your friends?
Oh, not everyone on my team.
That's what I do. That's my job.
Yeah. I feel like.
Pretty good.
Well, I'm gonna hold my thoughts till later. I mean that sounds pretty good though. Okay. So I'm just gonna go in with what you
later,
said.
guys. Here we go.
Yeah. I'm just going off of what Welsh said. I think it'd be pretty cool, like, for like the team to have a specific leader where, let's say their body armor or something, like they get specific armor to kind of keep them a lot more stronger, a little more protected. So each team will have like one person standing longer than the rest, and then you have to fight over who's going to be the leader, and then it's always going to be me. because I'm the best driver.
She'll run you over. Yeah, she'll run you over.
But that being said, Supersonic, what would you like to see added to or changed about PubG?
I don't really like that game that much.
Fuck you.
I'm being honest. Okay, listen.
He says VR. He wants VR.
He ain't part of that.
They actually have a battle royale VR game, but I just don't. I don't know. I didn't like. I have H1Z1. I didn't really like that. Fortnite didn't really like that. PUBG on PC didn't really like that. PUBG on Xbox didn't really. It's just not my kind of game.
I just don't like your attitude.
I'm just not on the PUBG bandwagon, but I mean, I'll give it another try, I guess.
If PUBG ever goes into VR, then he'll jump on board.
It already is. They already have.
Oh, well, there you go.
But I don't know. I just can't get into it. I don't know what's wrong with me.
It's because you haven't gotten into the Uber, okay?
Hey, I played with you once, and you threw a grenade at me and killed me.
Well,
I remember that.
That's why you had a bad experience, but that was before I got my Uber license, okay?
Hold on.
Oh,
She threw a grenade at her teammates yesterday, and
it was an accident.
I mean, we got a chicken dinner, but it was luckily it was just the stun grenade, and then she stun grenade herself as well.
That was also an accident, guys.
I will give PUBG one thing though. I do love running people over, even my friends, with my car. That part is fun. And I do like the zombie
more
idea.
satisfying.
Welsh Gamer, just
that's good.
Tip for future: never play a game with Supersonic Station. Okay.
Why?
He will kill you.
Explain. I'm curious.
He'll just kill you.
He kills everyone.
I panic. Like I'm sitting there with my friends. I was like in Fortnite, sitting there with my friends.
The panic is what's fun, though. That's it gives you like, oh shit, I'm gonna die.
Well, I know, but
the enemy was dead, and he shotgunned me.
Yeah, when someone says, "Oh shit," I just turn around in circles and start shooting everything, even my friends.
So I like to fuck with.
Are we getting on PUBG later?
Oh yeah, absolutely. I like to fuck with people.
And as soon as I get my new vape juice, then we'll go.
I gave Spoonman a heart attack a couple times and everybody else because I like to, you know how I like to jump out windows and stuff like that. Well, I started taking my pistol and doing like little warning shots, and they're like, "Who's shooting?" And I'm like,
"Yeah."
Not me.
No, the best when we first started playing, the best with OhSnaps is we'd be looting houses in a town, and all of a sudden you would hear, like you would hear the window smash, and we would freak out like, "Yo, we heard somebody jump out a window. What's going on?" And it's OhSnaps. She doesn't like using doors, and she jumps out of windows all the time. That's her whole thing, and she was freaking us out for like a week. For like a week, we couldn't get used to it. Like,
yeah.
Hey, wait. I'll agree with Jago in the chat. Fix the inventory on that. I do not like the inventory.
Oh.
Stuff on there.
My inventory, like my character doesn't even show up.
Yeah, I'm used to the inventory now. The one thing I would ask is, can I just hit X to reload instead of hold it down? That's all I want. That's all I want.
It's more tactical, you crybaby.
You know what's tactical? You know what's tactical?
He's nuts.
Tacticians, okay? They're tactical. But I just want to tap X, all right?
Real quick in the chat.
Just tap it in.
Vogels Craig said, if you want to see how OhSnap, want to see my Uber driving skills, watch the Monday stream. He was in the car. He knows firsthand. I mean, I make everybody shit themselves. And I think I knocked off Spoonman's helmet yesterday because I drove and like I just grazed his head. I'm pretty sure it was Spoonman. That was pretty awesome. Like I just lightly grazed his head. His hat flew
knocked off somebody's helmet with a car.
With a car, you guys.
You have to admit that is skills.
Yeah, and I didn't even kill him, but there was one time where I hit Xbot in the face with a tire. So you know.
Yeah, I hit a motorcycle tire. Like I have no idea how she did it. Up high enough. Like she hit a ramp, like a rock. Got up high enough. She was coming to pick me up. Got up high enough, and the front tire just bam right in my face. I was like, oh my goodness. Knocked me down. I was crawling around, and oh man.
Yeah. So I mean, it's so much fun. Just that alone makes it really exciting for me. Where let's say I hit somebody, knock their hat off, and I don't even fucking kill them. Come on now, that's amazing. But we are gonna move over to creating Beyond Limits because he's a big Fortnite player. So with the Fortnite Battle Royale came out right before PubG launched, you have a little bit of a taste of both. So, what do you think you would change about PlayerUnknown's Battlegrounds? And what would you like to see added?
Well, like we were saying with the 50v50 thing, after even though the map isn't as big in Fortnite as it is in PUBG, it was still pretty awesome when Fortnite added the 50 versus 50 mode. It was pretty cool having a big team go at it and building big fortresses and stuff like that. It was kind of crazy at the end of the game. So that was cool. I'd like to see that in PUBG, everyone being in a city. It'd be kind of crazy. Hopefully they'd be able to get to run with a smooth frame rate on the Xbox. So yeah, I'd like to see that. I really want them to address the crashing issue on the Xbox One because that's the thing that annoys me the most. There's nothing worse than getting to the end of a game and then it crashes, and because of the crash, you die. And you could be in the game for over 20 minutes.
It crashes on the PC still too, just letting you know.
I hate when it crashes, and it always crashes when I'm driving in a car. And that hurts my emotions.
Because you crash so much, you make the game crash.
How about zombie mode? Do you think that'd be cool?
Hell yeah.
If they added zombies into it, yeah. I'd be up for them experimenting with things and adding things like that. But I just really want them to focus on getting the crash issue done. Get the frame rate into a better place. It is a lot better now than when it first released it already in December. They've already made improvements, but they still have a good bit of work to do. Some people would probably prefer a texture pack for the game to make it look better, but I don't really give a shit about that because you play the game for the gameplay, for the fun, not because of the graphics.
Yeah, real quick, in the chat, Predator H2O says, never had a crash on the PC personally. I would love a PC that worked so I could play this game on there and on Xbox, to be honest with you.
You probably don't need a good one because I can run it. I played on the PC a few months ago before the 1.0 update, and I don't have a good PC.
My PC, it doesn't like to run anything, especially I couldn't even play Friday the 13th on it. It was 3 frames per second, and I was like, oh,
that's just the game's fault because it was shit.
Oh, that's true. That's true.
Even though I like it, it's easy to hate on things when people hate on it.
J-Dubs, you are the bomb.com. He made me a winner chicken dinner shirt with my gamer tag.
That's awesome.
Cool.
Wait, put on Twitter. I want to see it.
I'm gonna totally share that. I gotta pick that up. It's so cute. Okay. Sorry to cut you off. But yeah, I think they can do a lot to this game to really tailor to the gamers.
Yeah, and that Guardian mode, Welsh Gamer said, that'd be cool because that's one of my favorite modes in Gears of War. I just love playing Guardian because it's a way the game goes on longer. Lots of people some people like to leave the Guardians alive for a little bit, just so you can have a little bit of fun and not just kill the Guardians straight away at the start.
Yeah.
So the games will go on a shit ton longer if that mode existed in the game.
Predator says I should play Friday the 13th. I'm sorry, Welsh. Go ahead.
I was just agreeing with creating Beyond Limits. I just think, personally, that'd be a great if they could fix the other issues and all these modes people have listed, including that. I think it'd be great. A zombie mode as well. I think it'd be brilliant.
I think zombies would be freaking epic.
I want a tank. That'd be cool. To put
my God,
maybe 3 tanks on the outside of the map.
That would not be fair. That would not. But you know what would be fair? The Volkswagen kind of hippie vans have 3 of those,
awesome. Yes.
and you have your team in and everybody shooting out of it. That would be cool.
Smoke coming out the windows like Cheech and Chong.
Wow. Guys, I'm totally picking up this winner chicken dinner OhSnap It Smell shirt. It's so
I want to see it.
I just shared it on Twitter, you guys. When you get a chance, check it out. J-Dubs, you are the man. The graphic god. Guys, he's awesome.
Did you share the link? Did you share?
I
did you share the link?
Bro. I did. Calm your tits. Some things
That's awesome.
that I would definitely like to see added to PubG. I mean, it's not so much. I'm not too concerned about the crashing. It sucks ass when it crashes.
Oh, that is sick.
But at the same time, it's still in game preview. It's in development. They're working on it every day. So I'd like to see, you know, where you could select your group size. Let's say like 6 people, 8 people, 10 people. 50v50 is pretty cool, but that's still a lot of people. But I definitely want to have like bigger groups because it's really, it sucks when I want to play with so many of my friends, or like on Monday nights and Wednesday nights we stream, and 9 out of 10 times I'm playing PubG. Okay, so instead of me having to do rotations where we play 2 rounds with one person, then they gotta rotate out. We can just have.
Rotate.
I did. We can have larger groups where, let's say, 10 of us go in, and it's 10 groups versus 10 groups. You know, that would be freaking awesome. Or if we can do, and I think they have this on the computer, but I'm not sure. Correct me if I'm wrong. But I believe that you can have like a private server, or you know, a private game where you just have all your friends join.
You're wrong.
Absolutely.
I don't know. I'm joking.
You know what? Shut up. I feel like that's absolutely necessary to have.
OhSnaps. That's actually a really good idea, because if you can do private games like that, imagine if like the game itself will dictate. Say you couldn't get 100 people, but you got 50. So the circle would already be kind of closed in on an area to kind of make it kind of like even out with the like 50 people.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like the first circle would kind of customize itself to how many people are playing on the map. That would be awesome.
Yeah, that I mean.
Yeah, that would be really cool.
I have another idea. Okay, I know this will never ever happen, but that would be so cool if we could put our Xbox avatars in that game.
Little bobblehead-looking motherfuckers on there.
That
That'd
would be awesome.
Cool. That's actually a good idea.
I thought Supersonic would try to somehow put in Project Spark into PUBG. Or
No, just our avatars. That'd be cool to have Skeletor running around and Master Chief running around and stuff. That'd be so fun.
That actually would be cool. Pretty cool.
That is awesome. That is
Xbox
cool.
should make their own battle royale with their avatars and shit like that. That would look cool. Just that's a good game.
We just need to get our new avatars.
That's such a good idea.
So many
I know, that'd be so.
Yeah.
I don't know. Guys, mark this. You got timestamp this. I had a good idea for once.
Dun, dun, dun. I think we should just be part of the PubG idea group, the focus group or something like that. Let's start our own focus group. Fuck it. But yeah, like there's a lot of great ideas.
Focus group.
Yeah. What?
Well, you said "fuck it" afterward, and my mind just drifted. I'm like,
I didn't say "fuck us" group. I totally didn't say that. Then you had me questioning myself. Bot, don't do that. We are gonna
someone should hit up Mike Ybarra or Aaron Greenberg with this idea, because this has potential.
Absolutely.
Well, good thing you said Mel, because it seems that Aaron Greenberg, for some rhyme or reason, decides he's going to follow her on Twitter instead of a certain X-bot.
Be a salty cunt. Come on now.
So
that's my homeboy. Okay.
She can do that.
All right. So we're gonna move on from the PubG chatter, guys, because we have a lot of things to talk about and not a lot of time. But real quick, it's very similar topic. And Creating Beyond Limits had brought it up in the chat that we have. Paladins. I guess they're talking about, or they're going to create 100.
Oh no, they already have a trailer and everything. It's coming out soon.
100-player battle royale and Paladins. That game is free though, right?
Yeah, it's free. It's an Overwatch hero shooter type game, similar to Overwatch, but it's free to play.
Now, do you guys think that this is overkill with the battle royale? Like, I just want to know some.
Oh, we haven't seen nothing yet. This is just the beginning.
Yeah, I know, right?
Yeah,
well, Ghost Recon, they're coming out with a battle royale mode. There's a couple other developers talking about putting it into their games in the future. So,
what's the zombie game that came out? What's it called? From the makers of Dead Island. Dead by Dead. No, that's not it. Dying Light. They announced that that's getting its own sort of battle royale or something like that.
PUBG. We should just call it what it is. PUBG mode. Let's just call it what it is. PUBG mode.
They're getting its own PubG.
I think this is inevitable. It was inevitable. I mean, it's like anything. It's like Call of Duty, like, you know, handpicks certain game modes from all different games. Like anything that's popular, game developers are gonna want to put it in their game.
I feel like that, you know, that's good that, yeah, they should reach for the stars, essentially. But I feel like it's way...
Follow your dreams. You can reach out.
I feel like it's going to be way too much at once, and I feel like, you know, monkey see, monkey do is not necessarily a good thing. They need to really have their own ideas, too. But for some games, I know it's going to work. I was just curious about your guys' opinions. Like, do you even Jago said yes, too much battle royale already.
With Paladins, it's going to be interesting because first of all, Paladins is getting their ass whipped by Overwatch, and you have to pay $60 for Overwatch. So that was weird. But they're like to spark some more life into the game. You know, oh, we're looking at this PUBG. We can do that with like a hero PUBG mode, you know, which could be interesting. But I think at the end of the day, Paladins is on their last leg in terms of like people really going in and playing that game a lot. And it just, to me, it looks like a last ditch effort to kind of grab something that's popular right now. But like the Ghost Recons and the future kind of like the developers like Ubisoft and all that good stuff that are gonna put them into their games right now, that's going to be interesting because these devs, they know how to work their frame rate. They know how to, you know, they've been doing this for so long that you're going to see you should see a lot less hiccups in what they're doing. So that will be more interesting than Paladins, in my opinion.
In the chat, Justin says Overwatch is also looking into a battle royale a little bit. I feel like this is a little concerning at this point where is every game going to have battle royale? Like, I know it's fun. It's totally
I just want it on The Division. That game's perfect for that game mode.
They already have a survival kind of mode, don't they, though? That's similar.
Yeah. But really, it's just, it can be up to only 4 players. So it's you can go in solo, but you can go with 4 players. But if they did some sort of a 1 versus 100, like in the Dark Zone kind of a thing where you still had the you know, the NPCs running around, that would be pretty amazing.
How many other players are in it while you're playing it in the Division? Like, how many are you going against?
Well, I mean, when you're in the Dark Zone, it's unless you're with a crew, it's you versus whoever you come across. So they could kill you technically, or they could just kind of help you out. I've had you know, it happened both times where, of course, you know, you're running around solo, you get robbed. They take your gear and they left you for dead. But
hey guys, I will let you in on insider information. Don't let anybody in the chat know, but Rare is looking into a Viva Pinata 100 PUBG mode. I'm just saying.
That sounds pretty. And when you die, you explode with candy flying all over the screen.
And kids go, yay!
Fake news.
Fake news. Current birthday party.
Wow, you guys are crazy. Imagine if they did that shit though. Candy exploding everywhere. That's the best part of it. I love candy.
I love candy.
Oh, I need a nap. All right, guys. Anybody want to add anything to this, Welsh?
Yeah. All I can say is I think it'd be a bit too much if every game decided. Like, there's certain games that it would really suit the game to have a mode. But I think if every fucking game has a PUBG mode, it's just gonna. I don't know if it'll kill it, but it'll certainly wear it out. I mean, if you start seeing it everywhere,
you know,
games like PUBG are gonna lose support. I think purely because people get sick of seeing it everywhere, and I don't want to see that.
Well, you're not seeing it though, man. This year it's all gonna be about PUBG mode and loot crates. They're gonna take loot crates from last year, bring it to this year, and add PUBG mode to every game, dude.
Yeah,
no, 2017 was the year of loot crates. That's for sure.
Not only that, like if you have the I know I'm sorry to cut you off, but if you have, let's say, these games that are doing the 1 versus 100 or whatever battle royale modes, and they're giving them out free with the purchase of the rest of the game or free in general, that's really going to hurt the games as far as you know, them having support going forward.
I mean, I want to see PUBG thrive, get bigger, better, more polished. update from time and time again. But it is an absolute definite fact that in time, if PUBG mode is everywhere, and like you said, especially if like a game like or Ghost Recon puts it out for free as a free DLC, it will indefinitely hurt PUBG, and I certainly don't want to see that happen. I want PUBG to excel and get bigger and better.
Yeah, absolutely. And that, I guess that's all we should really want is bigger and better. But, it's really rough these days because with having loot crates and things that are purchasable, people are able to put the games out free. And ultimately, that may really hinder the gaming industry at some point because it's going to be harder to create a game if you're not keeping up and putting in those loot crates and stuff like that. So I feel like that, it's a really tough choice, but if you do have the games who are offering that, and then the $5 loot crates or whatever, it's gonna be a game changer, and it may not necessarily be for the best.
Is it okay if I say
Definitely
so?
couldn't agree more.
No,
you can't say anything.
No words from you.
Not allowed.
What would you like
Raise
to
your
say?
hand.
I forget. I'm joking. No, like with the whole, is there too many modes and stuff like that? Like I think, like I really like the battle royale game type. Obviously, I played Fortnite and I played PUBG, so it's the game type overall that I really like. But like everything, zombie games used to be a big thing in the past. Everything used to have a zombie mode or a horde mode. It lasted for a little bit, and then whenever a zombie game gets announced, people are like, "Oh, another zombie game. We already did that shit."
Not me. I'm like, yeah, zombies. Let's go.
I love zombies too. I'm hyped for State of Decay. But
Oh hell yeah, State of Decay because of the multiplayer, man. Oh my goodness.
but if
And
the
the
game
new-
can
the
come
new
out
Walking
and
Dead
prove
game.
itself, like if they release a battle royale game and it's actually really good, like I believe Fortnite deserves its place as a game. And even though they did mimic the whole game type from that, but that's what happens in games and everything in general. But I think they proved themselves already that that game deserves to stay because they have been doing an amazing job with supporting that game. It's getting updates all the time. Like it or not, they're doing a good job with it, and they're treating the players that play that game right.
Well, let's be honest. I mean, when it comes to Fortnite, it's not just about the quote unquote PUBG mode, but there's an actual whole other game to that, which is really good, and that's going to be going free to play this year as well. So Fortnite is going to be around, guys. Whether you love it, whether you hate it, it's going to be around for a while. All right.
Well deserved too. They've been doing an amazing job and worked on that game for years.
He says, "Why is it always zombies? Can we have an invasion mode with aliens instead? That'd be freaking incredible."
Or dinosaurs.
Break the mold. Break the mold.
So cool.
You know why they don't do aliens? Because the Greys, they have such big heads that headshots are actually really easy. All right. And
What if
that's
they
why
had
they
tiny
do.
heads though? What if they made aliens with tiny?
You can't
little
do that.
heads?
It's not true to real life.
Aliens
Just
come in all shapes and sizes, bot.
Ask Next Gen 720. There are Greys with really big heads and really big black eyes. All right. I'm taking my information from Next Gen, and they can't sway from that. Otherwise, it's just too fiction. And yeah.
You know what? We're not talking anymore. I don't like your attitude.
But
Right.
what's it? If Paladins comes out and its mode is shit, it's gonna die. Like everyone has options now already with Fortnite and PUBG. All the shit ones are gonna sink. Like it's gonna get flooded, but the good ones be the ones that stick around. The other ones are gonna probably lose a lot of money trying to jump in, and it's probably gonna fail.
Yeah.
Like with Lawbreakers, they were trying to do the whole hero shooter type thing, like Overwatch, but that already has a market, and they were late to it, and it backfired.
Yeah, because you got to remember, like these games cost money to make. So especially like Paladins was free, correct?
Yes.
Or at least for a while. So obviously they need something to supplement that, so that way they can make money. So that can change everything as well. So we are gonna move on though, guys. Let's talk about some Sea of Thieves, guys.
Yes.
Now the time is drawing close where, March the game is coming out. It will launch, and we're excited. I know I'm excited. I know you guys are excited. So people that are a part of the alpha, the tech alpha, and people who pre-order the game, and you could pre-order it right now on your Xbox, they'll be a part of the closed beta January 24th to the 29th. So, I mean, who's excited? I know I'm excited.
Oh, I am. You know why I'm excited? Because finally, I will be able to share it with my subscribers what this game looks like, how much fun it is to play with friends and stuff. Because you'll be able to stream it, you'll be able to capture gameplay and stuff like that. I am like January 24th is like my second birthday this year. I am so happy that I'll be able to do that with the beta. Yeah.
That's what's going to sell the game is seeing people streaming it and having fun and stuff with it. That's totally going to sell the whole game to everyone.
Definitely.
That game, I feel, guys, I'm a little nervous about the price point of Sea of Thieves. I'm
Me
a little
too.
nervous about the $60 tag on there.
Yeah, same. Especially considering so many people have been playing it for so long already, because they have thousands upon thousands of people in the alpha.
I was
Yeah, that's only
I was in the first
only
wave of
20%
that.
of the game though.
Yeah, I know.
That's
But
been-
how many of them are actually gonna be like, oh, this is worth 60 quid or 70, depending on what it is?
Dollars.
Yeah, Reaper, my birthday's on the 15th. I'm sorry to interrupt everybody, but you know, when people ask me about my birthday, my actual birthday, I let them know just in case they want to do that digital gifting or whatnot. So yeah.
He's lying. His birthday already passed like
No,
4 months
it did
ago.
not.
Totally did.
I'll show people bits and pieces of my birth certificate, okay?
You're going to put that on the internet and then they'll scrabble the rest of the bits and pieces. And
Scrabble. It's about the scrabbles.
and then
Yeah, they wrote in the chat it needs to be $30. I agree. Like $30, €30.
You guys don't even know what it contains. Like, oh,
No, I just want it to succeed. I have no problem paying, but I know what people are like supporting new IPs and stuff like that. Unless it really gets lots of attention from people on the internet, like YouTube and shit, sharing it and playing it. But if this comes out and people are giving it mixed reviews and people are just throwing it to the side, no one's gonna get it.
Well,
It will have its audience. but
Well,
that's it.
here's an indication that it's going to be a big game. Not only is Microsoft really putting the marketing muscle behind the game, but the controller is sold out everywhere. The Sea of Thieves Special Edition controller you cannot find anywhere.
I
but
want it. Sorry.
And yeah,
it's not your birthday in January, lady.
But you know, if that's like I said, we don't know how many they made, but if it's the game does have a tremendous amount of hype. The trailers they keep putting out are fantastic. Obviously, the water tech is literally second to none.
Yeah.
And, you know, with the upgrading system, the way that they explained it, because that was always my biggest question. Like, how are you going to level up? Like, what was going to be? Was it going to be just, you know, you dressed as a regular pirate running around with no leveling system? And the way they explained it, it got me so excited for the game that I cannot wait to play this in a couple of months.
I will let you guys know, like, when I play this game, I am going after the pirate skull heads. I am going into that whole thing. I want to get like creepy kind of like accessories and stuff with like glowy stuff on my pirate. That's where I'm going. I'm doing that. You guys can have the gold and everything like that. I'm going to get pirate skull heads. That's where I'm going.
Now, I know that I'm going, I'm definitely going to be streaming this game, and I'm sure a couple of you are, and you guys will be able to make content. I mean, is everybody here a part of the alpha or going to get the pre-order so you can make
for
content?
like over a year.
I forget, okay? How about you, Welsh?
Oh, no, I was just saying, yeah.
I'm definitely going to pre-order it, but I will be honest, I will pre-order it to get the game when it comes out, and also because I want to get my hands on the beta ASAP. But I will say, I got to be honest. You know, I think that's a bit. Too much. I mean,
don't knock it yet. The full game hasn't come out. There's still parts to this game that Rare has not explained yet. Just wait and see. I think it's going to be fully worth $60 when people realize how big this game is and how long Rare is going to support this game moving into the future, because there are two games there are 2 games coming out on Xbox this year that Xbox and the developers are saying that they're going to support it the way Rockstar supports GTA 5, and that is Sea of Thieves
Okay.
and Crackdown 3. Those are the 2 games that they're really gonna go in and support them for a long time. So I think at the end of the day, it's gonna be worth it. I think you're gonna get a bunch of free DLC moving down the line. Because I don't see Rare kind of putting a price tag on DLC for the game. They are a development team that believes once you put that $60, you're good to go.
Well, they're also a community. They're also a community first kind of a developer, and that's what you want.
Yeah, exactly. So I think it's going to be worth it at the end of the day. And plus, like I said, we know about the progression in it. We know people who played the alpha. You played like 20% of the game, so there's still 80% of that game still out there to kind of learn about. And once you see the full scope, I think this game is going to be absolutely huge, you know, in size and stuff to do and everything like that. I think it's going to be crazy. Yeah.
Hey, I'm calling.
Imagine a PubG mode.
I'm calling something. I'm calling something right now. They're gonna have, if they have loot crates in it, there'll be loot crate that look like treasure chests. I guarantee it.
You're going out on a limb with that prediction, man. I'm just saying, like, why would you? That was a joke, guys. That was never mind.
PubG mode. PubG mode. I'm calling it. I'm calling it.
One thing I will be happy about this game releasing finally is that E3 we won't have to see any more 20-minute trailers of the game. We get to see other new stuff after this.
So excited to play Sea of Thieves. That's one of my most
E3 that trailer.
That's everybody.
Oh my bad. Okay, you ready? Everybody, go.
Blah blah blah
blah.
Boing.
Xbox, can I ask you one question regarding the game?
No.
Is it only a game mode? If you get my drift, is it just one big game mode?
No, like you have the whole world to explore, and for people that don't know already, you can play single player. Like even in the beta or the alpha now, they added a single player boat that you can, like it's small enough that only one person can use it. So you have the whole world with multiple different things that you can do, from going around looking for loot, looking with your chest. They also showed that you're going to be doing quests where you have to go and collect animals and other types of things like that.
Yeah, well, here's the thing: the stories come from the treasure that you're going for. It's kind of like, and I hate to use this analogy because I know the chat and everybody on the panel is just going to get on my ass, but it's kind of like Destiny. The strikes, even though it's not, the strikes have their own story. Come on, 2 seconds, guys, 2 seconds. The strikes have their own stories to them that kind of they flesh out the world, the universe, or whatnot. Like these treasures, they have their own stories to them. Like I'm going for the Skullheads, and they're from infamous pirates that have like kind of died, but you know they're now like ghost pirates and stuff like that. So there's stories behind them, and as you're going and tracking them down, you're hitting like spots that they kind of went through and they pillaged and stuff like that. So there's stories within kind of like the treasures that you're looking for and stuff like that, above everything else, above having like the Kraken, a villainous line of mermaids that are in the water as well. It's a whole living world that has stories kind of like interwoven like throughout it, just kind of like real life.
The most important thing, though, that they said during the stream, and we're talking about the progression, is that you can play with anyone. Like, if I've been playing the game for 60 hours or 70 hours and you just got the game, like, there's no level cap. We don't level up in that kind of way. So we can still play together and do my quests and everything like that. You're not going to be under-leveled or anything like that. You're just going to have to... I'll be getting better quests that will be longer or will be harder to complete, but I won't have any sort of equipment that will make me stronger than you. So there's no barrier in that type of way of playing the game.
No, that's cool. That's cool.
I gotta say, guys, this is one game where I've played with randoms, and they weren't complete jerks. Like, everybody that I came across that I played with was pretty
Wait till it goes public.
Cool. Huh?
Yeah, yep, exactly what Dean said. Wait till it's public.
Hey, this is Xbox. There's a lot of cool people on Xbox. There's a few trolls. But if you guys do pre-order, you get the Sea of Thieves Black Dog pack. I think that's like just a clothing and stuff like that. You know, like a special sword, special little music thing,
Arr,
accordion shit.
yes, it is.
So that's pretty cool. If you do pre-order, you get that.
You can expect though that Xbox is going to add, or at least Rare is going to add some sort of a day one. You know, anyone that buys the game day one should get this extra sword or weapon. They're going to throw something in because, like I said, they are for the fans. That's what makes Rare fantastic, and no one more than me wants to see Rare knock this out of the park because that company really needs this.
Well, I think the pre-order pack is part of the the whole day one, where you get the hat, peg leg, boots, gloves, all with distinctive Black Dog designs, matching musical instruments. That's so cool because everybody loves playing the music and more. So
at least it's cosmetic stuff.
Gold-plated peg leg. That's what I want. I want a gold-plated peg leg, and I want people to look at it with envy. Like, damn, I wish I had that peg.
You guys have totally reassured me that this game's worth the price tag. I'm excited. I'm really excited now. I was kind of worried. Cool. I was genuinely worried it was like just confined to like a little game mode or whatever. But like, no, I obviously got the complete wrong end of the stick.
This beta's only for people that pre-ordered or people that are already in the alpha, isn't it?
Yes.
It's not open for everyone.
Yes.
Yeah,
I did mention that earlier, but hopefully everybody is fully aware of that.
Somebody
So if you
wasn't
guys
listening.
want to play, if you are on the fence, I promise you guys that I will be streaming that. It's coming out on a Wednesday. The bad part is in the morning we've got co-streaming doesn't really work for me. I would love to co-stream more, but it comes out really choppy, and I hate the sound of it. It's like really bad sound quality on Mixer. But it does come out the 24th, which is a Wednesday. I am off. We will have Coffee Casuals and Consoles. The game comes out at 6 a.m. So maybe at 6 a.m. you guys can catch me until, we hit up the show. And maybe we'll all do a
episode. I have an idea. If we all get the game, we should do a live show while we're actually playing the game.
Yes, we could totally do that. We could play Sea of Thieves and hopefully concentrate on the
that's gonna be hard.
Well, we're
it's gonna be hard.
That'd be awesome.
What's the release date on this game?
What happened?
What's the release date?
March 21st, I think.
March 20th,
is that
6 a.m.
After E3 or before?
Before.
Awesome.
E3's
I'm happy.
Isn't it?
June.
You're a fraud.
I cannot wait.
You're a fraud, man.
The fuck. Yeah. So. Guys,
Yo, Xbox.
What's up?
Sorry. Basically, you were saying earlier about there being like a story mode sort of interwoven into. Would you compare it to in a way to like Halo ODST, where a bit of an open world, but you find clues and it sort of has a story with each clue? Is it kind of like that?
It's not as linear, all right? Because like as you're picking which faction you're going for the treasures, and you can go back and forth between the factions. Like if you wanted gold and then you wanted to go for the creepy kind of like skull things, you can go back and forth and kind of like level your pirate up that way. But like as you're building your reputation with these factions, you're getting you're getting these missions to go get these treasures that all have stories kind of like interwoven within them, and your path is kind of like telling that story of that treasure and everything like that. I wouldn't put it as linear as like ODST, where like you don't really progress forward unless you hit that one and get that memory and everything like that. But it's more like, if you're a gold fiend, then you go to that faction, and the more treasures you get, they each have a story to them on whether that gold got robbed from this place and by another pirate, and it's actually in a sunken pirate ship over here, and like there's just stories interwoven within each treasure that you're looking for.
Yeah, no, that sounds cool. That sounds real cool. Oh, I'm psyched. You've all reassured me so much. Nice. Thank you.
And the water is beautiful.
Oh yeah, by the way, the water.
The water and the sky, guys.
The water.
We have a podcast talking about how beautiful the water looks.
And
It's so realistic.
Don't forget, guys, you don't have to pre-order it if you are part of the tech alpha. You will be able to play it. And that's a great way, you know, if you're not sure, if you're still on the fence about the game, you will be able to play it if you are part of the tech alpha and you don't have to purchase it yet. And then if you decide, you know what, this is definitely a game I want to spend $60 on, there you go. Pre-order it and get it. And if you are also on the fence, just like I put in the chat, I will be streaming it at 6 a.m. on the 20th. It is Wednesday before the show. And maybe we'll be able to incorporate it.
You're going to get up at 6 a.m.? You're going to get up at 6 a.m.?
Maybe. I might stay up all night, but, you know, I can't sleep. So if I don't want to oversleep.
Awesome. You could get the kids up for school that day.
Mocha's Melody says, I had a question. If I am trading and my ship goes down, will the captured creatures die?
That's a very good question.
What they do? Turn it into Noah's Ark or something? What the hell's going on with these animals?
There's a faction that deals with trade in terms of like animals and stuff like that. The trade lines and stuff, and your kind of like whole thing is you're going on islands and you're trying to catch common animals, rare animals, and stuff like that to kind of keep the trade lines rolling, which is really cool to me because if you think about it, imagine like you're really on the hunt for like really rare animals and stuff that like don't necessarily exist. Imagine like if you're on the hunt for like a unicorn or something like that. I don't know how deep it goes.
Because that's what pirates do. They go hunting for animals.
I want a unicorn.
There's different types of pirates.
The horns are worth a lot of money. Or what else?
And then of course,
be like an ivory dealer.
And here's the thing, Sonic, you can be one of those dark pirates that like just
kills everybody in sight.
You wander the seas, right? You wait for people to pick up their treasure, to pick up like whatever animals, gold, anything that they get, and then you and your team go and pillage that ship and bring that treasure back to where they were bringing it to begin with, and you get the credit for it.
That's all
CBL, look out.
All I've been doing on the beta actually is that exact same thing you just said.
I'm just going to camp in a bush right by the objective and wait for the beat.
Yeah. I just pictured, I pictured Welsh in a bush, like, yeah, I'm ready.
I'm ready to take that treasure, I might say.
Nuts.
We have fun in this house. We have fun up in here.
That's pretty good.
Gosh, you guys are making Mocha cry because he loves unicorns, and I love unicorns too. So if somebody can get,
I told him the animals die if the ship sinks.
You're evil. That's
I'm pretty sure they die.
You're an evil person. I can't believe it.
Broke our hearts. As long as the unicorn doesn't die, I don't give a fuck. All right, guys, we are gonna move on because we have limited time. And lots to talk about. God of War, the release date. It was supposed to be early 2018, but we don't have a release date yet. What's going on?
That's so Sony.
Well, you know, they did have a leak where it was supposed to drop on the 20th, which is plenty of God of Wars have always dropped around that particular time. Specifically, God of War 1, the original, launched, I believe it was 2007 on March 20th, but they pulled that back. Now, is that because they heard Sea of Thieves was coming out and that was going to be a big deal, or is there actual issues with the game? I feel that the 4 games we think coming out this year for Sony, we're only going to get 2 of them. And I think God of War is going to be later in the year. The 4 that we were supposed to get this year is God of War, Spider-Man, Detroit Become Humans, and Days Gone. I don't think we're going to get Days Gone. I think that's going to be massively delayed. You've had nothing about that game whatsoever. They've showed the same trailer time and time again. And I think Spider-Man is going to be delayed until the fall. And that leaves Detroit Becoming Human, which I'm very interested in. It looks fantastic. I don't think there's any issues with that. But it does... I mean, think about this, guys. March is only... what?
It's right around the corner.
Yeah, I mean, it's 8, 9, 10 weeks away, and we still don't have a release date. And that's why the report came out that pre-orders for God of War have been very soft, because if you don't have a release date, people are going to put their money down for a reserve.
Yeah, I mean...
Which is understandable.
Yeah, absolutely. That's what I was going to say. It is understandable. And I'm seeing in the chat, T Reaper says June 30th. Jago, where is it? I lost it. Vogels Craig says March 22nd. I think it was Jago who said March. A couple of people said.
If they do it in June
lost the
30th,
chat.
like that means you have one more E3 to like hype it up.
No, we already had the whole
saying
orchestra for him at that last E3. The Sony orchestra played and played and played.
Is
Fuzzy
T Reaper
Belvedere.
saying June 30th or June 2030? I can't tell.
June 27th is my birthday, so that'd be cool. We could drop it then. Fuzzy Belvedere says, "Where's the release date for Days Gone?" Angry face.
Yeah,
I think
that game looks great.
Out of all the games, like I'm gonna both agree with Boom and disagree with Boom when it comes to Days Gone. Now I'm gonna agree with Boom that it's probably gonna be pushed into 2019. But the one thing I'm gonna disagree with Boom on is he said he's seen the same trailer time and time again when they've actually released 3 different chunks of gameplay. The first one being like when they were in the lumber
Yes,
like
that was the
lumber
first
yard.
one. Yep.
All right. Damn, what was the second?
The second one was when the guy was doing the stealth mission and he was going around killing those guys that had somebody captured. That was the second one. Where he was he
That's
made
not
like
the one that ended with the bear, was it?
that might have been. Yes, I believe that might have been that one.
There was 3 different instances where they showed this game, and so I feel like they have more of it done, but I still feel like it's not even close to being ready. God of War does concern me because they did say, early this year. You know what I'm saying? That's where they slotted that it was going to come in, and Spider-Man better come out the holiday of this year.
Oh,
That's
man,
like I'm not
really
going to say anything.
Yeah, I thought that was coming out. Like I was almost positive that was coming out last year. Like they had.
The thing is, they hired a new
gaming director. Yeah,
gaming director there, which that really does concern me. And I gotta say, with we've had our PS4s for just about a year now, right? And when we first got it, we were able to go into the backlog, the library of games that had already come out. And, we were able to play those games, have fun with them and stuff. But once we caught up, right, look at what happened with Gang Beasts. We thought that it was slated for Q1 of 2017. It didn't come out until Q4 of 2017.
Yeah, it's a big delay.
Games like Spider-Man, which they say this year, but they don't have a specific date yet. God of War, they don't have a date for it. And guess what? I'm not even that hyped for God of War anymore because playing God of War 3 Remastered, one of my favorite things to do was to jump into a fight. Jump in and you slam your weapon down and you start comboing. You can't do that in the new God of War. There's no jumping. It's more like it's like a God of War Order 1886 like mixed together, and I'm not sure about this at all. Yeah.
The last Guardian God of War.
Well, I mean, I agree with you 100%. I think that the not being able to jump is ridiculous. But
dude, it's one of those key things in all of the God of War titles, man. I'm like, how do you take that out? Yeah.
I don't know, but I know that they responded with they were going for more of a cinematic experience with God of War. And you know what? I mean, listen, I'm very hyped. I cannot wait to get that game. But I don't know. I mean, is the change going to be that drastic where it's no longer going to be a God of War game? That's where we run into some issues.
See, T Reaper in the chat. Yeah, I don't mind the new camera angle. The new camera angle does feel like more cinematic and stuff like that. Brings you closer to the fight. I know with the God of War 3 Remastered, there was a couple of fights that I felt like the camera was so far away. I didn't even know what I was doing half the time. And so for them to change that, that's good. All right. But I'm concerned, and I know it on paper it sounds really small. But like I said, when I was playing God of War 3, jumping in and slamming my weapon down was my start and a lot of times the finish of my combos before I went in and started my executions and stuff like that. And to take that away, I'm really concerned for that because it means it's really not that fast paced. They already said there's going to be less enemies on the screen.
Yeah.
How do you know there's no jumping in the game? How do you know that?
They came out and said.
Yeah,
Oh,
they
are you kidding?
yeah.
Yeah, that's not a God of War game. I'm sorry. I mean, everything you're saying is totally accurate. I'm used to like jumping around all that stuff too. That's crazy.
Dude, especially like the Medusa enemies in the game when they became like more pronounced and more known. Like I would jump up and come down on them to start my combo. Otherwise, they would tear me apart, man.
Yep.
Ripped to shreds.
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 But I'm worried. It was a game I was really hyped for. And I'm worried about it now. I'm still hyped for Spider-Man. I still want to see Days Gone. I never played Shadow of the Colossus, and that comes out February 18th.
To Sony's credit, though, it's only $40. You know what I'm saying?
I want to experience it, though. I want to see exactly what that is. I mean, to me, it looks like the gameplay is already dated compared to the games we're playing now. But I want to check it out. Dreams, I am thoroughly disappointed in what Dreams has become compared to what it was in the beginning.
I heard some bad news about that today. Lady Lux UK did some research and then said it's going to be more for kids and not adults. Like, you know, like Project Spark and stuff like that. That's what I thought Dreams was going to be.
Yeah, like create your own dream or nightmare, and you can kind of like go from one to another and have basically you're going into what people have created. And now what they're creating is more like mini games and stuff like that, and not really kind of like experiences. And I'm not into that. I liked what Dreams was in the beginning, man.
Yeah, I got to find out more about it, like, for sure. But if they're going to go that route, because I used to like making, like, horror rides and scary rides and stuff like that. If they go, like, this kiddish route, I'm not going to be able to do that. Then I'm not excited about Dreams at all if they do that. But I got to find out.
I just went off on a rant and didn't even realize it. Sorry, guys, but
He's not sorry.
Like,
he meant to do it.
Well, with catching up, like I said, catching up to the games and now kind of like waiting and getting excited for games on the PS4. And I know there's been delays and cancellations on Xbox's side, but can you imagine if we had got the PS4 the beginning of this generation and we waited for Drive Club, we waited for Uncharted, we waited for this game, we waited for that game, pretty much every game.
Drive Club sucks.
That's exclusive, but I'm just saying, like, before it came out, you know, it was supposed to be a launch, and like it just didn't come, and then it came like a year later. But can you imagine, like, if you were like a PlayStation only gamer, dude, you have to wait for everything. Anytime they put a date down, you can't be sure of it at all. Like, that's gotta suck, man.
Even with their PSVR, we got to wait for proper VR controllers. We got to use Sony dildo sticks now that don't work worth a shit.
Note to chat, Sonic just really likes saying dildo sticks, so he will say it repeatedly, just to let you know.
Happy Dildo Stick Day, everyone.
Wow, this is a new holiday for us.
You get a dildo stick.
Dildo stick day.
Wow, we're gonna Oprah dildo sticks right now.
Off the rails once again.
Daz, TMI in the chat.
Wow, Daz.
And this just took a turn for the worse.
The coffee's kicking in. My ADHD is kicking in. I'm sorry.
Oh, Daz got me crying over here, but.
But yeah,
I agree.
I can't see.
Go ahead. Sorry.
Casuals and consoles.
Yeah, the Sony station is the waiting station, and like, I mean, look at me now. I'm playing Final Fantasy X. That's a remaster, definitive of a remastered remake. That's what I'm playing now on PlayStation. If I wasn't playing that, I'd be playing PlayStation VR. That's all I play on that thing. There's nothing good. Just saying.
But for me as owning a PS4, I do have to say my main game this year on the PS4 is Spider-Man, and I will be so pissed if that gets delayed. Oh my! They had more than enough time to get that game done, and you will see a rant video if for some rhyme or reason Spider-Man does not come out this year.
Well,
I believe that. You've been excited about that game.
Dude, I am a Marvel, like, I am a comic book geek. I was raised on comic books. My dad used to collect them. I was reading, like, the #1 Silver Surfer, first appearance of Punisher, first appearance of Wolverine. But my biggest thing was Spider-Man. And now to see a quality developer like Insomniac actually get their hands on making a Spider-Man. I wish the Spider-Man was multiplat. I really do. I feel like that crowd, the Spider-Man like fan crowd, they're not just PlayStation users, but I mean, it is what it is. So like, you know, people that have just a PS4, they don't get to play Halo. It is what it is.
Hey, I already have a PS4 Pro console. It's so dusty and it has spider webs all over it because I don't use it that much.
It's foreshadowing.
Get it? Spider web, Spider-Man. Okay.
What do you mean that old, Reaper?
joke.
Like, what are you talking about, man? My dad is 6'11". He'll come whoop your ass, Reaper.
Will he? Xbox? Will he?
I don't know. If he's still alive, I don't know.
Oh.
Sony really needed a Christmas game this year, though. It'd be awesome for them to get Spider-Man. But I am excited for all of their exclusive games. Like, I think God of War looks really good. I never really played any of the other ones yet. I have to pick them up for my PS4, the remastered ones. Detroit looks amazing. Like, it looks like that's gonna have a fantastic.
OhSnapsukaz is interested in Detroit.
Yeah.
Like,
I am.
yeah.
Days Gone, I think, is the weakest one for me, though.
I feel like they definitely need something to really definitely fill in the holidays. So that's probably the way to go. Kind of push the games back. And you know, I know it sucks and I know it's frustrating, but pushing the games back to later in the year, and you never know what they're gonna announce at E3. So there could be a purpose and a rhyme and a reason for everything. So we'll see what happens. Now.
Oh yeah, Beyond Good and Evil 2. Neo Mental said that in the chat. That looks so good. I can't wait for that game.
Until like 2023, man.
I don't care. I'm still excited about that game. It looks so good.
That's gonna be a next gen title. I can almost guarantee that. With what they showed, there's no way that those games are gonna run on, say, base PS4s and Xbox Ones. There's no way.
Hey guys.
Still
Can I just interject something?
Yeah.
Regarding. Basically, I just to be clear for anyone listening, I don't own a PS4. I've had PS1, PS2, PS3, but I don't own a PS4. So whatever I say now, you can call it bullshit. I don't care.
Bullshit.
It's bullshit, Welsh.
But yeah, it's bullshit. It's bullshit, Welsh. But like, I as a gamer first and foremost, I'm always like tuning in every year at E3. I'll tune into what Sony's doing just to see what they've got to offer me. I'll be honest, every year I'm looking for a reason to buy a PlayStation because, you know, even if I just had one to fill in the gaps when I'm waiting between games I'm anticipating for or whatever, or even just for the exclusives. But or Spider-Man, I think someone mentioned Days Gone. And now again, and I stress, I obviously don't own a PS4, have not played any of these games in question. I'm just talking from visual evidence from what I've watched on YouTube, live streams, whatever, because I do look into it. I do like always try and look to see if I can be swayed. And if I'm being honest, all of these games just look a copy and paste of one another. I'm going to be like, oh, you Xbot, you sorry Xbot, I took your name for a second, but I just think like.
Well, if you take them by screenshots, yeah, I can see what you're saying in terms of being copy and paste and stuff like that. But I got to be honest.
They're walking simulators. Like, press triangle now, press right bumper now. It's like, where's the freedom?
Like that, I refuse. I just can't. Like
they just all look the same to me. It just looks like, Days Gone just looks like Uncharted with zombies. Spider-Man just looks like Uncharted with a Spider-Man in skinny jeans. God of War just looks like Uncharted, but with an axe and some bloody lightning. You know, it's all the same thing. You're just walking around.
Like I said, at the screenshot part of it, you are right. But if you go into the mechanics, like, first of all, when you're talking about Spider-Man, a lot of people are talking about QTEs in that game because there was, like, in the gameplay that they showed, there was a bunch of QTEs. But how else are you gonna reproduce in a fluid manner being Spider-Man. Like there's gonna be some openness to it, but then there's also gonna be some quick time events to really get you kind of like into that Spider-Man costume. Uncharted is probably, besides like the indie games that I played, the last Uncharted is probably my favorite game on the PS4.
Yeah, lots of gameplay. It's not just quick time events. It's only at certain parts.
Yeah, but like, and I see what you're saying. And at the screenshot, and I've seen people talk about this on Twitter. You know, you got the third-person camera view, looking over the shoulder. You got beautiful kind of like horizons and vistas and stuff like that. So at its core, when you're talking like screenshot-wise, yeah, they do look like copy and paste. But when you actually go in and play it, the gameplay mechanics are different going from game to game to game. They are different.
Yeah. Well,
you got to think about the leveling aspects, whether or not there's crafting and stuff like that, which I believe Horizon has forms of crafting and stuff. Horizon Zero Dawn is a beautiful looking game. The side quests to me are just kind of like they're really bland, but that's also a game that looks good. The gameplay, like the mechanics, are pretty solid and stuff like that. But Uncharted, the last Uncharted that is so far is my favorite game on the PS4.
I do want to touch on something real quick in the chat. Spoonman says, I agree, Welsh. I don't have time for multiple consoles. Even if I did, there's nothing on PS4 that intrigues me. Spoonman, I do lack the time to play both consoles, mostly because, you know, work life and all that is very crazy. But the one thing that really pushed me and Xbox over the edge, well, it was me. I was like, we're getting PS4. Gang Beast is coming out for it.
Gang Beast!
Yeah, Gang Beast is so much fun. But anyways, actually, Boomstick, did you pick that up?
No.
Okay.
Boom.
It is quite different. Like
I think that was Dean impersonating Boomstick.
It was.
No. Here's the deal. Let me tell you.
No, I'm not done speaking though. All right, let me finish my thought, please. I was really against PS4 mostly because, you know, I just kind of listened to the community and stuff like that. It is definitely something to experience yourself, and I would recommend maybe picking one up at Walmart or something, somewhere cheap where you can go and return it if you don't like it. You have so much time. I think it's maybe for electronics, it's probably less than 90 days. But it is a different experience. And even, you know, both me and Xbox, going from Xbox to PlayStation, it was quite different. It was a little bit refreshing. There's a lot of things that PlayStation does differently than Xbox, you know, and they both have their pros and their cons. And it is a little bit different time-wise. It's really hard to play, but it does offer a different experience. As far as
I do love YouTube streaming on that.
Oh,
that thing's awesome.
It's so nice. It's so easy. It's very simple, and it does offer something different. And I just do want to throw this out there because I won't bash PlayStation anymore. I learned I actually got one. I don't know if you've heard me say this before, so I could troll, and I really ended up enjoying it. So, you know, there are certain games like it. Let's say you have friends that play on PlayStation and they play certain games on there. Yeah, sure, why not? Pick those up to play with them and then play your other main games on Xbox. That's what we do. Like, it's really hard because sometimes I want to pick up certain games on PlayStation and Xbox, but I can't afford both. So that's all I have to say about that.
No, that's fair.
I gotta say, my top 3 games on the PS4: Uncharted, right? Then Disc Jam, which was an incredibly fun little indie game that me and OhSnaps played, and Gang Beasts. And the funny thing about Gang Beasts is such a good game that when we streamed it, everybody that was watching, at least at one time or another, is like, is this game coming to Xbox? Like, because people want to play that game after they actually saw it. You know, it's a great game. You know?
It's so much fun.
$20. $20.
Yeah.
No, I'll just say this. Like again, I haven't played any of those games I was on about, so I can't have too much of an opinion. But I have looked at a hell of a lot of gameplay because I've had every PlayStation. I'd love to have a reason to buy a PS4, but be honest, without bashing, because I don't want to be the one that bashes PlayStation neither. I just it's just lacks that something. I don't know what it is. It's just every game I see, while the graphics are beautiful, like Spider-Man and God of War, the visuals, wow. Sacrifice a lot of sustenance in the gameplay for the visuals. I just feel like there's nothing really there that has gripped me.
Story single player games, like that's one thing, like even Sony themselves, like they can gloat about it because they know they're really good at it. Like if you like, I really enjoy single player games, and I was late picking up my PS4, but by the time I actually picked it up, there was already a big library of games, like the Uncharted, all the Uncharted games, because they ported over like a remastered version of the first three. Then you have The Last of Us.
No, that's fair. Yeah.
Like I was happy because when I got it, there was tons of games already available on it.
No, that's fair enough. Like I said, I can only say so much because I don't own one, but I'm still every year without any, you know, fully consistently. I'm always looking to see if they've got a new game they're announcing, whatever that like grips me, and I'm just yet to see that game that pops out of me and goes, "You need to get this game." I can only speak for myself, but I'm glad to hear that you guys like it. I mean, like, you know, that I this time next year I could own a PS4. There's just no saying, but at the minute I just haven't seen anything that's like totally pulled away from that like stigma of like walking QTE simulator. I just feel like every single game they show from being released or is just the same as the last one they shown. That's just my perspective of it.
Yeah, I hear you, Welsh, and for the most part, you make some really good points. I think with Spider-Man though, because if you have played Sunset Overdrive, if you played Ratchet and Clank, you kind of know the developer that's behind Spider-Man, and you don't know anything really about the game until it comes out and you get your hands on it, and that's why I think with the development team that's making Spider-Man, I feel like that game is in good hands. I had a blast playing Sunset Overdrive. I really like Ratchet and Clank as well. So I feel like you know, they're gonna come out with a quality game. It just better come out this year. You hear that, Insomniac? It better come out this year. Or else.
Long live Spider-Man on the PS1. Long live Spider-Man on the PS1. I love that. That is my favorite Spider-Man game ever.
You gotta move on at some point. Just saying.
Okay.
That's true. That's true.
You're the one that has to reel us in, lady.
Yeah, I will. Don't worry. Apparently I've got a real Spoonman in too. He doesn't like the controller. I think the controller's pretty cool.
Well, you broke already.
The VR's cool.
First of all, mine was used.
Oh, sorry.
No. Go ahead. The VR. Go ahead.
I was just saying the VR is really good on PlayStation, and the YouTube streaming. I love that feature. I wish Xbox had that. Me too. It worked. I mean, it even works really good while you're using VR to stream on YouTube. It works awesome. The chat just appears like underneath the game while you're playing it. So I don't know. There's some things Sony totally gets right, and there's some things that they totally suck at. But same with Xbox. They have their flaws too.
With Xbox, you know.
Definitely.
Lots of good points, guys, but we do have one more topic I'd like to hit before we skedaddle out of here, because it's already 12:30 in the afternoon for me anyways. When it comes to getting your gaming news, I feel like gamers need to use caution where they're getting their their gaming info from
Gamo?
Yeah, their Gamo info. Who is it? I forget who sent me a DM, and you know, they wanted us to talk about it today on the podcast, and I said, you know, if we can fit it in, we definitely will. Cypherman, you know, where people are getting their gaming info, let's say they put out a false story, not really looking into anything. What the hell was it that just happened recently? And like, I totally forgot.
The Fable crap. I want to say something first real quick, because I fell for all this bullshit last year, and I got all excited about Fable last year because these same rumors were going around, Fable this and another game and another game, this other rumor, and none of it happened. So until it comes out of Phil Spencer, I can't say his name, Phil Spencer's mouth or Aaron Greenberg, I'm not believing shit. or the game goes gold
Well,
or something.
if you're talking about what I said last year, I said for E3 a trailer for a future Fable. I never said it was coming out last year or this year. I said I would like for it to come out in 2018.
Well, I'm not saying that, but like some people have this like set in stone, and
Yeah.
I'm not going through the same shit I went through last year, like believing all this bullshit. I mean, if it's true,
those are the same people that call the Nintendo Switch a console anyway. So let's.
Like if it's true, I'm very happy, but I'm just not going to get excited about it or even talk about it till it goes gold or they say it's true.
Go on. Sorry. Sorry about that. I'm terrible. I'm terrible for cutting in on people. I'm sorry.
I'm the best.
You're the best. No, all I can say is, all I can say is like saying, like I'm a firm believer that unless it comes out of Phil Spencer, Aaron Greenberg, Mikey Barra's mouth, take everything with a pinch of salt. I'm a firm believer in that. But at the same time, Spencer, Mikey Barra, and Aaron Greenberg confirmed every single rumor left and right. Like, yeah, there is a new Fable coming. Yeah. Oh, yeah, 343 is doing this. Oh, yeah. Then what would be the point in E3? I mean, to an extent, they have to keep people on their toes, wondering. And then that's where us as YouTubers come in, where we report on this stuff. And okay, it might come out to be fake or not, but it's only like, it's not anyone's fault. I mean, we can, speaking for me, I recently done a video about the Coalition making a new IP. And the article I read that I referenced with the video, it seemed very legit with Story Labs working very closely with the Coalition. I thought, wow, this could be legit. So I made a video, and I'm pretty sure in that video I said, take it with a pinch of salt. But I'm not going to make that video and express it and give my thoughts just because Phil hasn't confirmed it. And if Phil did confirm it, then that kind of kills the hype. Wondering if they're going to come out and announce a new game by the Coalition. Do you get what I mean?
Yeah.
As long as like people say they're speculating on it, but like when people put Fable 4 like on their thumbnail, confirm and shit like that, it just pisses me off because of what happened last year.
Well, and it's also the who are these assholes? Digital Foundry, I think it was.
Yeah. Yep.
Where they put out a video or article spewing some shit that wasn't even true about, what was it, Redout or?
Yes, it was. Yeah, they did a side-by-side comparison for the Xbox One version and the PS4 Pro version, and they got it wrong. There was a big failure on their part, and it just goes to show you that the whole problem with Digital Foundry is that currently, even as late as today, they are the only ones out there. And unfortunately, their word is gospel, and that's a shame.
NX Gamer, if you know that guy, he has an awesome.
Yeah,
he's retired, man.
He's retired
is he?
from it. Yeah, he is. It's very time consuming for him, and I'm sure it's very expensive. So he's going to be moving away from that. He did a video about that, but unfortunately, we only have Digital Foundry to go on, and they have gotten it wrong in the past, and they got it wrong this time. And you know what? Hats off to the developer to threatening to sue them, because
Absolutely.
And here's the thing, and you'll hear it in my video I'm going to post today. Regardless of whether you're a professional journalist, whether you're a person on YouTube that has opinions, you have to hold yourself accountable for saying things, because what you say could logistically hurt the sales of said game. And that's exactly why the people at Redout were so pissed.
Yeah.
You have such a good point.
100%. Yeah.
That could hinder the game's growth and give them a bad name, all because you fucked up.
Yes, absolutely. And that leads right into the point of the topic we're talking about. Where do you feel confident on getting your game news? Because if you talked to Boom a year ago, I would have told you Giant Bomb, GameSpot, IGN, and they have completely gone off the rails, where they used to actually, especially IGN, because the guy that runs it, Pierre Schneider, that dude used to have a huge amount of integrity. Like when you heard him talk, he was talking not only as the guy who ran IGN, but he was a guy who was prideful that that was what he was doing. And unfortunately, because of the explosion of YouTube and podcasts just like the one we're on today, they're losing viewership on a daily basis. So what they have turned into, and that goes for all of them, The Verge, Giant Bomb, GameSpot, Polygon, all of these hack sites are simply using these journalists, these so-called journalists, to garner clicks because they're desperate to keep the lights on. And it's only a matter of time before some of these smaller sites go out of business. Like, I can't see IGN going out of business, but their reporting has been absolutely horrendous in 2017. And I'm not just talking about how bad they've gone after Xbox and its players. I just mean that their stories are all clickbait. So now the question is, well, who do we trust? Well, I say go out there and try YouTube, because that's what happened with me. Like, when I first found YouTube, I turned on a Sunday morning. I had Mooch and Crap. I'm like, who are these guys? And I was like, wow, they really know their stuff. And then I started finding more and more people. And you know what? Yes, the people on YouTube do give opinions, but you also have to understand it's the same principle that's going on in the gaming media today, where it's not facts anymore. They're not reporting news. They're giving their opinion. So take that with a grain of salt when someone's telling you this game sucks or this game is the best thing since sliced bread. That's all I can advise the public.
You made some really incredible points.
Thank you.
If I just want to chime in, when you talk about, well, where you're going to get your news from. Now, first of all, I'm a YouTuber, and I feel obligated to make sure, you know, the information that I give out there is as accurate as it possibly can be. And I do say when stuff is my opinion or I think and stuff like that, but I try to have, you know, information to back it up. So what I personally do is I will look at, like, I will watch videos from like The Know and stuff like that and see what they're reporting on. But then, like, I hear the names that they're talking about and stuff, and then I do my own research to see what was actually said. So I kind of use like the bigger media sites and
yeah, that's
YouTube
what I was just saying in the
videos and
chat
stuff.
bot. Is it's hard when you're trying to do research. Like, who can you rely on? It's hard to figure out where you can get your info from these days.
And I gotta say, I am also blessed with, you know, being in that YouTuber community where, you know, I do have me and other YouTubers. We do talk behind the scenes and stuff like that, and they'll let me know what they found out, and then I'll research that as well. And I gotta say, the information I come up with it's a collaboration of a bunch of people, a bunch of information kind of brought together, and having the Don on your side to kind of break things down in kind of like a game development manner also helps. So, you know, when I don't understand something about, you know, why is this game not like, why is the frame rate not as smooth or something like that, or could they be possibly doing this and then fix it in a patch or something like that, I will go to the Don and I will ask him as well, because, you know, he makes games. You know what I'm saying? So it's a collaboration, and I think that's why, like, these YouTubers are growing. Like, my channel's growing, OhSnap's channel's growing. Like, all of us, our channels are growing because the information we put out there is kind of like a collaboration, and we make sense. We believe in common sense, and we're not doing it just for clicks. We're doing it to make sure the proper information gets out there, and I think that's why all of our channels are growing as well.
Well, I think that, you know, the first mistake was people turn this into a business, their livelihood. All right. So, yeah, it's cool to have a passion, right? And it's cool to be able to bring that to fruition where you use this in your everyday life and you've made a business out of it. But when they're thinking like a business mind and they're not thinking with their passion, they lose sight of what gaming is. They lose sight of what their initial goal was. And that has completely ruined the media sites in the, you know, when it comes to gaming. It's completely screwed everything up.
It's all about that clickbait now. That's all.
Yeah.
It's such a shame, you
Unfortunately, like I said, a lot of these sites are trying to stay relevant, and the only way they're going to do that is if they pick a particular subject, like Xbox hate, for instance. Like, you know, and we you know, we don't have to keep beating the same drum. We know Xbox didn't have a great year in 2017 with exclusives. Okay, it's been beat to death, but if you are a media site that's on the verge of possibly going out of business, and you know, you get together in the morning to meet with your guys and you say, okay, listen, we need clicks, so get out there and, you know, and generate stories that's going to get viewership, even if it's your opinion. That's why we have all of this negative press, because they're desperate and clawing at the at the edge of them falling off.
Well, I do want to point out in the chat, Seawar says, where did it go? Who the fuck is banging?
That's upstairs. I think they're
God, it's so annoying. He said,
I think they're hammering their rug to the floor or something.
Again, they hammer stuff every day. He says a lot of people, they just want to be first. They don't care about being right anymore.
That is true.
And that is like the most truest thing that you could possibly say. And it's really sad. Like, back when I this is a while ago, when I first got into the whole gaming and I started YouTube, that's all you saw was people like always trying to be first. They don't care. They just want to be the first person to put the gameplay out there, the first person to release the news, the first everything. And then the reality is you can either be first or you can be right, or you can do the right thing. Like, you don't have to be first. That your people are going to come check out what you have regardless if you stay true to yourself and you stay true to the truth. What?
OhSnaps, if you remember, like, especially around the DirectX 12 kind of like era, I remember you pointed out to me that that DirectX 12 is the game changer video. That was a video that really kind of flew off for views on my channel first. And there was points in time, because I felt like I knew DirectX 12, right? So whenever any new news came out about DX12, especially when it went right along with what I was saying. I mean, OhSnaps can tell you, I was at the computer. I was like making a video like right then and there, and I felt like I had to put it out first, because I felt like I was the DirectX 12 guy in the community. If you notice now, you'll see a lot of people come out with their videos first. You won't see me come out with a video on that topic until maybe a day or two later. And that's because I want to look into it more. I want to see if there's any details that really aren't being reported. And I want to make sure I give the proper information and not just the first one to say that kind of like tagline, or just to be there first with it. And
but you know what's great about that, dude? That's called responsible journalism. You see, what you're doing is you see that I can hear it in your voice. The passion and the fire that you have is because you love the industry. And Mel said it. She said it perfectly, and she couldn't have said it any better. When you don't have that drive because you want to report on something that you love, and it's just a click, just for a click, it tells in your work. Okay, that is what you're saying. What you're doing and what you're saying right now is something that's not found anymore in the media, and that is proper journalism, and that is the biggest problem.
Yeah, it's become a big business, and I feel like that's where people are losing it. They're losing their passion. They're forgetting that it's gaming. Like all right, so yeah, it's great to be professional when you're presenting your videos, things like that. Me, I don't care. I have fun with it, and my videos are never going to be perfectly professional. Don't ever expect that from me, because then if I have to work and make it into work where I have to make everything look perfect, I'm not going to have fun with it, you guys. And then
it ruins it for you.
I won't be the same person, and I won't exist. That's just the reality.
No, I completely agree with that. I mean, like, for me, is for me to bleed my passion and my opinions and my thoughts and what, you know, about what I love. I love gaming. I mean, if YouTube ever became a job for me, I'd be gutted. I'm happy where it is at the moment. Just when you know, like, I only do videos on things that interest me. I won't do a video for the sake of it. Every video I do is something that I want to get off my chest and I'm passionate about. That's what YouTube should be, and that's what journalism should be. Like that, there shouldn't be any of this. Like, oh, we Boomstick said, like, oh, we got to get this out, you know, and make it. You know, we need the clicks, we need the revenue. It's like it should never ever have become this bad.
No, it shouldn't have.
And that's from the lowest level, from like, you know, the smallest YouTube channel all the way up to your IGNs and Digital Foundries. It's like,
hello.
We lost everybody.
You went silent.
I made you all speechless.
I thought you were saying something and then you muted. I thought you didn't finish your sentence. But yeah, I mean, everybody here, you guys make really great points. I know that if I could, I would be a full-time content creator, whether it's making videos or it's streaming. I love that. And you know what? I'm going to tell you guys a little story. I go to work yesterday. All right. I'm at work and then I'm just doing my thing. And one of my drivers, he listens to the podcast. He checks out my streams and stuff like that. He says, I've never seen you happier. Like when I guess I was doing my stream cams and stuff like that, he said you're like a completely different person. So you can see that the passion is there. And I would do this on a normal, but I still wouldn't get so deep into it where I feel like that is my livelihood. I have to be professional. You will have me now the way you'll have me 6 months from now or a year ago. I'm not going to change. I mean, I'm going to grow, but I'm not going to be fake, and I'm not going to be a clickbaiter, and I'm not going to spew bullshit just for the hell of it. Fuck off.
You're a fraud.
Put my vape down. Anyways, so Xbot ruined my passionate thought, guys. On that note, I know it's getting really late. Thank you. It's getting late. I know we got stuff to do. I know soon I have to go pick up one of the kids from school. So we are going to wrap the show up, guys. And I know Boomstick, you got stuff to do. So Boomstick, you will be the first to let everybody know where they can find you and what you are up to.
Well, you can find me easily on Twitter at Mr. BoomstickXL. I have all my information there if you want to hit me up on Live, PSN, or even my Nintendo Switch for a friend code. That's up as well. You can check me out on Crossfire Podcast on Friday nights. And you can also, I encourage everyone to check out my channel, Double Barrel Gaming with Mr. Boomstick. I put up 3 to 4 videos a week. They're all well-researched and well-thought-out topics. They're not clickbaity. You know, what I put out there is really what's going on, and I have an opinion about it. And I'm going to put up a video today, which I talked about in the beginning, but my community spotlight for today is going to be Predator H2O. So please check that out. You know, me and Pred have been talking behind the scenes. He's a really, really good dude. And I'm super proud to be sponsoring him as a community spotlight.
Beautiful. Xbot's talking to you, and he is muted right now. He's like, boom.
No.
There we go.
Boom.
Yes, brother.
I'm not sending you that check until I'm community spotlight, by the way. And once I am, then I'll send you that.
Then the check's in the mail.
Yeah. All right.
Wow, you guys are crazy. Thank you for sharing that. And we're going to go. I know, Boomstick, you're running out of time. We're going to go with Welsh Gamer now. Welsh, you want to let everybody know where they can find you, what you're up to, all that good stuff.
Thank you very much for having me, guys. It's been a great podcast. I've really enjoyed this. Great topics. And this is the Welsh Gamer. Thank you very much for tuning in to Mel's show. And definitely come over and check out the channel if you're interested. Drop a sub. I got the Dragon X podcast coming back very soon with my buddies E-Rock X and Microbox of X, so please go check them out as well.
They're awesome.
Oh, they're great. They're such great guys. They're great partners to work with, and there's going to be a hell of a lot more coming this year with my channel. One-on-one with a gamer. I'm going to start that with Xbot. He'll premiere the first episode eventually when we do it. But that's going to be fun, and yeah, I like with the last topic. My channel, it might not, I might make mistakes from time to time, but me, I'm being as honest as I possibly can. I give you my full opinion, my full thoughts. I put all my passion into it. I absolutely love doing YouTube and getting the news out, and it's just a great time to be a gamer at the minute, and this year's going to be fire. So thank you very much for watching, guys. That's the Welsh Gamer.
Awesome. Thank you for joining us.
Welsh. Oh, my bad. I just want to say that down in the chat, he asked you, are you from the same country where IKEA comes from? That's what he asked.
No, but there is an IKEA close to where I live, so he's half right.
It's like the same thing, right? Yeah, thank you so much for joining us, guys. His info is down below in the description, as well as everybody else on the podcast. Creating Beyond Limits, where can people find you? What are you up to?
YouTube, Creating Beyond Limits. I'll put a link in the chat. And I literally just uploaded my best games of 2017. I'll put a link if you want to check that video out and let me know what your favorite games from last year were, because there was a lot of great games. There was some shit ones, but yeah. But on my channel, I try to upload as often as I can. And the last week I had extra time, so I managed to actually get like 8 videos up in 1 week. So that was crazy. Locked myself in a room and just basically stayed on the computer. I guess it's kind of sad, but
it's a
came
little
out
sad.
all right. I know, but like what we were talking about, like I'd like for my channel to grow and this to be a full-time thing, but it's a commitment and I'm trying to do it. But every week I love being on this podcast. I love talking to all you guys. Geez, I almost lost what I was saying. I love being part of the gaming community. And I look forward to this every week. And I hope you all continue to have a great day.
Awesome. We look forward to chatting with you every week. This is our vent time, you guys, and it's so much fun. Xbot.
I get to vent now? Is that what you said?
No, venting is done. Where can people find you and what are you up to?
I missed it again. First off, I want to say, thank you to the Welsh Gamer. Dude, we've known each other for a while, on the Facebook gaming streets, and it's good to see that, you're still, putting out, quality content on your channel and stuff, because I know there's a lot of people that we kind of came up with that either aren't doing YouTube anymore, they've moved on, or they're doing some type of craziness. So it's good to see that. Welsh, one thing I could say, from the time you started all the way through, you have just been focused, and I see your channel growing, and it's really good to see that, with you, Microbox, E-Rock, you guys are genuine guys. You're genuine gamers, and it's good to see people get to know you and go and sub your channel, man. And I'm glad that you were on the show today.
Thank you,
with
that means a lot, dude.
No doubt, man. With that being said, I keep it simple, guys. Just follow me on Twitter. Like, I dropped a video this morning before the show, kind of detailing that whole next achievement feature that we have on Xbox now in the alpha ring of the Insiders program. But if you follow me on Twitter at xbot448, you'll know when my videos go live. You'll know when I go live on podcasts that aren't even on my channel, because I post it, when we go live, whether it's CCC, whether it's Crossfire, BGST, Next Podcast. I'm on a bunch of them. So just follow me on Twitter at xbot448 and let me know that you follow me. I'll give you a holler back, maybe even a follow back. Let's do that.
All right. Thank you, Xbot. You said a lot of stuff.
But I said it in a pretty short amount of time. I did pretty good that time.
You did. I'm proud of you. You're coming along just fine. Supersonic Station, where can people find you? What are you up to? All that good stuff.
Find me at Supersonic Station, all one word, on YouTube, Mixer, and Twitch. And if you like VR stuff, I'm always streaming some VR stuff. So go check that out. Or I'm streaming Planet Coaster or some old retro games, like old Nintendo, Sega games and stuff like that. So if you like that stuff, go check out my channel. And that's about it.
Awesome. And you guys can find me right here or on Twitter at girlscangame22. Thank you guys so much, everybody in the chat, for watching the show live.
4,000 followers on Twitter.
Yeah.
I'm trying to catch up. I can't do it. Guys, follow me on Twitter. I need to catch up to Girls Can Game 22, please.
Yeah. So follow me on Twitter every Monday and Wednesday from 8 p.m. till 12 a.m. You can catch me streaming live. Tonight, I would like to dive into some Gang Beasts before we switch over and play some PubG. So it'll be a lot of fun.
I am going to beat the crap. I'm going to grab you by your beard and beat the crap out of you, okay?
Yes, please. I will
All right,
appreciate that. Thank you guys. Those of you that are Patreon supporters, you guys are amazing. Thank you again, G-Man. He is the sponsor of the channel. And you know, guys, just make sure you're subbing each other. You're supporting each other because that's what it's all about. That's the only way we can grow is by supporting one another. So yeah, thank you guys. Have a great week, and I will see you guys later.
Bye-bye.
Hopefully you go to the vape shop.
That's